Y'all don't know what I deal with on a daily basis.
Oh, what is up? What is up, everybody? You never seen that video?
Yep. I saint it. I saint it.
Oh my goodness. What is up, everybody? I'm your girl, the princess of all.
And I am Kujo Speaks.
And we are here on the Good Tymez Show.
Are we though?
Can you put this in the trash?
I don't know if I even grabbed it.
Can you, like I did earlier?
Right.
It is 14 minutes after the hour. 4:15 on the east and 1:14 on the west.
And 3:14 CST.
Cause Kujo know it best.
I do.
Apparently we have to start giving out the time for CE time because we apparently have tons of.
We global now.
Yeah, you can catch us all over the world.
We're 6 hours behind CET, right? Because 10:15 was 4:15 p.m. Therefore, it would be
PM.
It would be 10:15 p.m.
So hold on, that was 4.
Right.
Hold on, what time is it?
We legit just said what time it was.
Hold on, wait. You know we got a math, okay?
6 hours. It was 6.
Right. So what time? I'm trying to see what time is it
10
now.
It's 10 o'clock at night there.
Oh,
10:15. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's 10:15 p.m. there. She should be doing her show right now.
Yes, she should. Yes. But today is Wednesday,
friends.
guys.
Hello. Whoa.
And no matter where you guys are listening, like the intro says, at home, at school, at work, or in your car, thank you for tuning into the Good Tymez Show. Today is going to be a time, y'all. All right.
It's going to be wild, man.
I feel like
it's gonna be a wild one.
With the holidays, anytime it's near a holiday, the brains just know it.
If you guys were around last year, Work Have Fun, Bella Productions, Bella. If you were here last year, you saw how our Thanksgiving.
That is true.
Was it Thanksgiving
that was
Eve?
Wasn't it?
That
was Thanksgiving Eve.
Yep. We kind of went a little ham on Thanksgiving Eve last year. I think this year we're going to take the entire week off. So
maybe
we may or may not go ham today or Friday.
But we still might have some fire music for y'all.
Oh yeah, that's not gonna stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Rockefeller, rock step. We get down, baby. We get down, and the girls
love me.
If you guys wonder why I'm all spacey today, it's because my babies don't let me sleep. So,
anytime you sleep deprived, that means I don't know. They decided to jump me today. My kids jump me every day. And then when I say that I'm going to call Adult Protective Services, like everyone always laughs. Like I don't understand why kids are protected, but like adults are not. Like what about our feelings?
Don't we need reinforcements? Like they come to the house and like help you jump your kids when they just too much?
I don't know. Because I just feel like we get beat on enough in life. Why is it the fact that they have something that can protect them, but we have nothing to protect us?
What up, though, family?
Like we have nothing.
Yeah, like we chop liver, like we supposed to be able to. So look, I need help and protection too. Okay, I matter. These kids hit hard. All right. All I wanted to do is take me a little napski, just a little napski. I wanted to get a little hour in, and they decided that my head was a bongo.
A bongo.
PD Spicy Habanero in the building.
You gotta get off live because I invited you to be a collaborator. Now I'm about to remove it.
Hold on
our video that we just did.
What's that got to do with me collabing?
It only can show is if you accept it and you lie.
Okay, hold on, y'all. I'll be back. I gotta go accept some things. I'll be right back. Spin the block. I'll be back.
Spin the block. Bring it back. Do it just like that.
See, y'all, she be yelling at me and stuff.
Listen.
Where is co-host protective services when you need them?
Not right here. Just kidding.
Tag me in a reel. There we go. Review. Accept.
Yeah.
So it won't even post to yours if I don't accept. It'll post to
mine, but it just won't pop up on yours as well.
Okay, we pull up, pop out at the after party.
Oh my goodness. Right. I am so sick
Yikes.
Of just other people. You know what?
Yeah.
I am making it my mission for the last few weeks.
So as soon as you say something,
I'm doing it.
On it.
I'm not even gonna possibly say it until I've already done the due diligence to put it in place.
I'm not even talking about it until it's done.
I'm not gonna say
she's gonna start making
squabble diddly deedy.
All our listeners got to sign NDAs now.
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah, all of y'all. I don't trust none of you. I don't trust none of you.
Haha, look, I'm telling you, I'm just making things happen. Like, just like that. Hey, you know her? Yeah. Set it up.
Got him.
Right then and there.
You ever want me to talk about your show again? Baloney dip in the building.
Hi, balloons.
And juice. Ballones and juice. Back to back.
What's up, balloon juice?
Good. I'm glad y'all are here because it is going to be, he said baloney dip energy.
Yes. So
today is gonna be a very baloney dippy show.
We did a what is that? A basketball tournament? I don't know. Maybe we should do that. Like maybe we should make that a good time show ritual. Because I was about to say wishable.
I'm down.
We shoot from different spots in the studio.
You wasn't with me shooting in the gym.
So me and my family, we do this thing at home. If anybody has to like throw something in the garbage. Like it's Kobe. A shoot off right now. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to Kobe it in order to get it, and everybody have to take a chance. Now we do this with diapers, not the duty ones. Not the duty ones.
Y'all dangerous. Y'all really trust y'all shot.
We don't do it with the duty ones. The duty ones go in the diaper genie. Yeah. But with the PP diapers, depending on how full those are, we take shots, water bottles, cans, pieces of paper, aluminum foil. And yes, I said aluminum foil because if you are from my culture, you say aluminum foil.
Smoke.
So maybe like one day we gotta stand like on the ledge and like shoot it over the chair.
It don't matter. I shoot from anywhere. I don't miss.
He's just saying that today because he made it today.
I don't miss.
He's saying that because he made it today.
Look,
but
on the Bless the Mic. The Bless the Mic competition, they even had me on there opening up with some bars. I don't miss.
Nah,
I don't miss.
He really do, but he just trying to be sturdy today.
That's why we got editing.
You know, my son loves doing those because we do bottle flip contests too. So who can?
I don't miss that either.
We can do a bottle flip contest. I will drink this water down.
Well, then you're gonna have to pee in like half hour because you're trying to get an empty
bottle.
No,
at home, like we literally do. We do flip bottle contests because my son's always like, "Mommy, let's see if you can get it." And he's flipping the bottle until it stands
up. It's something about these kids, like the kid wrist.
It's like the flick of the wrist.
Been through enough yet, so they still got the.
No, he gets all of them. Like he flips it off the table and like gets it on the floor.
Now you really gangster if you can flip it and land it on the top.
That's a challenge right there.
On the bottom part no more. Everybody's doing that. Baloney Dib said I used to put a hanger in the top of the door and make a hoop. Now that's gangster.
Baloney, that's like hoop at home 101. I mean, like right there. We've done that so many times with my kids, and then we buckled and actually.
What you got to do is do the imaginary hoop though. That's what you got. No, I made that. No, you didn't. No, you did. You missed. No, I didn't. See, it was right here in the middle of the. You know,
now that's a fight waiting to happen because only you can see the rim.
Some of us didn't have hangers, all right.
Not even hangers.
My mama gonna be like, "You out here trying to make me look."
Okay, terrible. Well, if you ain't had a hanger, then you had the crate. You at least had the crate.
So funny story
why don't they sell those
recently?
Anymore?
They
like you didn't have to buy them.
I got one in it was a couple years ago.
Did you have to pay for it?
I don't even know where I got that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like they used to give them out back in the day. Like crates was free.
You see them at like grocery stores. They still use them.
Grocery stores.
No, still like all the grocery stores now. They still ship this like the milk crates. They still use them. But you got to go to you got to go to K. Rogers or something like that to go grab you one.
Oh, you going to the healthy places?
No, K. Rogers.
I don't know what that is.
K. Rogers.
Okay, I didn't say I don't hear the title. Don't you love when black people do that? They be like, little juice.
Little juice.
Because you said it twice does not bring any type of recollect to my mental of remembrance. I just don't.
Yeah, wait, so you don't know what I'm saying? You don't know what K. Rogers is? You really don't?
Is it a meat market?
No.
Oh.
Where is it? You got a pen? I will write it down.
I don't have a pen.
Hold on. Give me a piece of paper. Did anybody on here understand what K. Rogers is? I got this from my dad. He said it one day and I died laughing and I was like, yeah, that's mine now.
K. Are you talking about? Oh my gosh.
Rogers. Wait, hold on. I'm going to spell it wrong.
I think I know what you're talking about
should
now.
Know.
Talking about the blue place?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. You know what? Go home. Go home, Roger. You go home for that.
Blame my dad. No, because I think it's the funniest thing on the planet. He said that I died. Like, listen, I'm 30-something, right? On the 27th, I turned 37 years old.
K. Rogers.
And I have, you gonna start saying it now.
Kroger, Fry's.
Yes. And I have
all those
8 children. Therefore, I am qualified
to tell
tell as many dad jokes as I want. I have finally made it to that point in my life where dad jokes are acceptable.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I tell mom jokes. I mean, I don't even know if that's quite a thing, but nope. I mean, but I'm a mom that tells dad jokes, so that will qualify as mom jokes.
See, y'all get everything. We can't even have dad jokes, y'all.
Damn. I mean, but y'all get the jokes from us anyways.
Who?
Because technically, if we didn't have the kids for y'all, y'all wouldn't even be dads in order to tell the jokes.
Here we go with that.
Women, y'all like how I
y'all mothers, I swear. My mom, her biggest argument is always, I gave you life, you owe me. I didn't ask for you to give me nothing.
I don't do that cause because I mean, just because you give someone life, I mean, what are they supposed to owe you?
Right.
I mean,
everything. She sent me something. It was Farrakhan or somebody. Talking about you need to obey your mother. She gave your parents, they gave you life. Like, I didn't act. Like, how that's like me giving a homeless person a house and being like, you owe me for the rest of your life. You owe me everything. You had to worship me and do everything I tell you to do. I gave you life.
But what people fail to realize is when people say, you know, obey your parents or your mother or those type of things, you have to look at the definition of what those qualifications are. You have to look at what's the definition of a mother, of a parent. Yeah. If you do not fit that description, then you are not that. Well, and you do not, I'm not going to say you don't deserve, but you're not getting that type of discernment. Well,
I think really furthermore, like they was having sex, they be acting like they said, thank you. She was saying that too, though. She was like, I didn't ask to have you. I was trying to get me.
You know what?
I'm like, well, we both in a predicament then, right? Like, it ain't my fault, it ain't your fault. We just here together. That's like me giving you bologna dip and expecting thank you. See, you feel me?
Exactly.
You know
I
didn't
what I mean? Ask for this bologna dip.
I think what it comes down to me, it comes down to what's your definition of like what kind of thanks am I supposed to be giving you? Like, just because you suggest something doesn't mean I have to agree with you because you gave me life. Like, that's, I need to respect you, yes, but what is your definition of respect at this point? You know what I'm saying? Like, just because I have a difference in opinion than you have doesn't mean I'm disrespecting you. I'm now a grown man who has my own, you know, life. I have my own ways of doing things. I've learned things outside of what you've taught me.
Yeah.
And I should be respected. So that's a really good topic to get into too. I don't know if we want to do it today, do it now or what, but at what point in your child's life do you cut the cord as their parent and thinking you know what's best all the time and let them have their own life to where you don't expect them to always agree with what you tell them, and like it isn't mother knows best at that point all the time?
But I mean, honestly, you should have that way of thinking since birth. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you should just cut a tie. I mean, and that's one thing that I am starting to realize with gentle parenting. It's not necessarily gentle parenting. It's more of just hearing out your kids, because where one parent may feel like this is the best decision for you and I know best, that child, that method may not work for them. But like we talked about before, if you can't have that conversation with your kid to understand where they're coming from, then you're just forcing them to do something that they don't understand anyway. So I feel like it should technically be something that you're doing already and not just, I'm the right one and this is the only decision.
But it really depends, I think, on what we're talking about. So if it's like, if it's like to the point of like, oh, I'm this age and I want to start having sex, and you're like, no, you're too young, then you shouldn't be like, well, what's your opinion on that? How do you feel?
But like, I do think that we should ask them, because I have seen situations where people will, I waited till I got married, and when I got married, I lost it to my husband, and he cheated on me and we got divorced. Or I've seen people who they waited till they got older, and the first time they slept with that person, they got herpes. Like,
yeah, I mean, and I'm not gonna lie, I told my wife waited till she was 21 and married her, whatever the case may be, and did it all like that, and then that didn't work out because she whipped my crazy ass. So, but at the same time, though, I don't think, like, I guess maybe just me as a father, there's no way in my brain am I ever gonna okay my daughter having, regardless of the and I've had to talk to my wife and be like, okay, we know at some point it's gonna happen because she's gonna grow up or whatever, but there's certain things I feel like as a parent you need to, or not even necessarily need to, but that you should try to control as long as you can, because there's nothing but a slippery slope.
The proper mental stability,
and that's really all it is.
That's all you can do.
For me, that's all it is. Yeah. Like if my daughters or my sons, any of my kids, if they were different people mentally and they had more of an adult or mature mindset now, then I would be like, hey, I feel like you can make informed decisions enough to go down this road, knowing that there are so many unknown variables, and you'll be able to handle it. That's all we
technically can do as parents. It really is just kind of give them the knowledge, because I mean, you can literally tell your kids like, hey, don't do this. You're going to stab yourself and you could possibly end up injured. Okay. Run off with the knives. Bro, did I not just formally tell you that? So, I mean,
that's life. That is life, and that is parenting. And no matter what you do, no matter how good of a parent you are, no matter how much you try to save them from themselves or the world, it'll never happen all the way like that. But I think I'm the kind of person, though, that I hate the excuse of, oh, they're kids and that's going to happen, or this is typical of blah, 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 because it's just like, I feel like people give up. People take the easy route of, oh, well, that's just teens, or that's just how it goes. Like, I'm not a fan of the typical general sensation of that's just how it goes. Like, I would rather try to make it not be just how it goes. And if it just so happens that I can't change that, then I'll say, well, I guess it's just how it goes. But I'm not gonna just go with that off the top. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I completely agree with that. Sorry, this story just caught me by storm. Candace Cameron, you know her, DJ from Full House.
Yes.
The older, I think that was DJ. Yeah, the older one that was friends with Kimmy. So she's in the media right now. For her new TV network that has kind of stirred and rubbed some people the wrong way, which to me personally, I don't understand why people are upset at this or even mad. But Candace Cameron Brew says that she has love for everybody after facing a rash of criticism comments she made about traditional families on her new network. The name of her network is called the Great American Family Network. She released a statement Monday, just kind of breaking down like everything, but the statement goes on to say, I would like to address the comments on Great American Families programming as reported in the Wall Street Journal. All of you who know me know beyond question that I have great love and affection for all people. It absolutely breaks my heart that anyone would ever think I intentionally would want to offend and hurt anyone. It saddens me that media is often seeking to divide us, even around a subject as comforting and merry as Christmas movies. But it's given toxic climate in our culture right now. I shouldn't be surprised. We need Christmas more than ever. She goes on to say she's a devoted Christian, which means that she believes that every human being bears the, image of God and all those types of things. And I'm guessing her network is going to be focusing on that. It's going to be focusing on
I'm assuming there's some exclusion,
spiritual, faith-based, family-oriented general entertainment programming.
So I'm assuming there's some exclusion. There's probably no gay couples. There's probably no, because if you lead with a Christian and then I would assume that's why people are angry. I don't understand why, like, the word family made y'all mad. Dang.
I mean, I don't understand why people are upset either. I mean, you know, I feel like in a time where we all have the right to choose what you want to watch, why not give people an option to want to watch something uplifting that is, like she said, a traditional family? And I know traditional makes some people feel uncomfortable because some people's tradition is not the same as everyone else's tradition. But I mean, parents should, just as much as other families, should be able to watch TV shows that reflect their culture, their, their gender and all those kinds of things. Other parents should be able to watch stuff that reflects their households and their genders and their family styles.
Everything is a choice. Like I hate that. I can't say hate.
Dislike.
I dislike and disagree with the fact, and I've said this from the beginning of when. And here we go. Don't send me a bunch of hate mail, and don't think I'm saying anything negative or to the contrary of what any certain group, creed, or I'll have legal put a statement out. When the big movement started to happen, which has always happened or been happening, but everybody started to be held accountable for excluding LGBTQ plus community people, right? And it's their choice, and that's that, the other thing, right? Mm-hmm. But and I may sound ignorant here, but isn't it a choice for someone to be straight and want to see just straight content and not have to see that all the time as well? Like, isn't it somebody's choice to want to?
It should be
right, and that's my only thing. Like, I don't have an issue with any of that programming at all. But why is it that someone saying they don't want to see that is a bad thing?
Right.
I don't get that.
People should have options. Right. And this stemmed from Jojo Siwa, who tweeted this. She said, honestly, I can't believe after everything that went down just a few months ago that she would not only create a movie with intention of excluding LGBTQIA plus, but then also talk about it in the press. This is rude and hurtful to a whole community of people.
So, okay, that's like... How do I don't even know how to even get into it. Because I mean, it's like,
I feel like as much as they say that people are homophobia, they are heterosexual phobia.
Okay, that's kind of what I was trying to say.
I know.
Because it's like us being like seeing a movie. Well, but I can't even say that because people do that all the time when it comes to black people being like, oh, there ain't no black people in that movie. Oh, it's racist. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you know how many movies there are now where there ain't no white people in it at all? Like, yeah, we deserve that. Da, da, da. Like, stop. It's all petty. It's all petty and it's all ridiculous. If there wants to be a movie made with all white people in it, God bless you. I'll probably go watch it just to see what y'all doing. It's ridiculous.
And that's just the hard part because, like, okay, they're... And
and it's such a sticky situation that we got to even prep. Like, before we even talk about it openly, we got to like give the disclaimers. Like, listen, wait a minute, hold on, people.
And it's weird because
I hate that.
People should be able to have a choice. I should be able to choose whether I want to watch something and whether I don't watch something. And just because I don't watch it does not mean I'm a phobia of that.
Right.
People love the TV show Game of Thrones. Mm-hmm. I do not like those type of movies. I don't like the whole 200 theme. What am I, a thromophobian? Like, no. Like, am I a 200 phobian? Like, no, I just choose not to watch that type of TV show. Yeah. That doesn't make me a hater or a mean person. Yeah. That's just my preference. So if someone likes to watch TV shows with LGBTQ plus all of the terminology, if someone wants to watch that, cool. If they don't,
perfectly fine.
That's perfectly fine. That doesn't mean that they dislike you.
Right.
Why does every network have to display that? Right. If it's a lifestyle and it's a choice, does it have to be displayed and paraded around?
I think people are trying to make the world a utopian world where everyone is represented everywhere, right? But you can't. There's too many.
So what's wrong with having a spiritual based network? I mean, the Latino network. I mean, they literally have a network for all Latino shows. Right. No one complains about that. Unless you speak Spanish, and there's some great shows on there. Okay, I've watched some shows on there with the captions on. Telemundo, great, but you don't see anyone else complaining because why? They have something to watch that they like.
Right.
let the community of the Great American TV
Family,
League, Family
whoever.
League, make shows that they want. I mean, I just don't understand why we have to pinpoint and
It's just I think the issue for me comes into play when it's like everybody needs to accept and think the way that I think, like regardless of what group it is. There's this exclusivity of anyone having an opinion against certain things, which is that's against the way of the world. Like, I know, okay, let's put it this way. Let me go out on a limb and say this. I know on this planet there are millions of people who do not like black skin, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't care that they don't like my black skin. They're gonna be racist. They're gonna be racist. You can stay in your area. I'll stay in my area. As long as we don't beef with each other and try to kill each other, you can believe whatever you want. I'm not gonna force you to like black people.
Exactly.
You don't have to like us.
Exactly.
Do your thing. I'm gonna do my thing. Why can't that be? As long as you're not being stopped from doing your thing, then why do you have a problem with anybody else doing whatever they're doing?
And I think
why is it a problem?
I think that's the bigger problem that we have in this world. We're all so focused on what other people are doing. We can't even like enjoy our fruits. Okay, instead of going after someone who created a network for her people because that's the type of people she wants to see and that's what she wants to create, instead of going after her, how about you go after networks that do support you or networks that are hiring and looking for actors just like you. Build your own network. You know, like, why are we just so quick to be like, oh, she did this?
It's like there's somebody searching the internet and just waiting, like, oh, okay.
Just wait.
Is everything coming out today? Are we in? Is there one of us in there? Is there one of us in there? Nope, there's nobody in there. Go get him. Get him. Like, how do you know that there's not somebody employed by that network that's not saying they hate everybody of your creed? Exactly. It's just saying that they have programming that doesn't show the things that, and I guarantee you a lot of people will watch that network too.
Listen, if it's not one thing that we've learned in life, okay, create the path that was not provided for you. Okay. If you guys never get one thing from our network or never ever get in a piece of advice, that's the best advice. Okay. Create the lane that was not provided. Take the road that was not provided. Make your own road. I've driven on a lot of dirt roads before. You know why? Because somebody was like, this here should be a road. And what did they do? They just dug it on up. They didn't care if the state and the city didn't provide it or give them the money to put no cement on top of it.
One piece of advice from me is quit your bitching. Just live your life, man. Like, I think people are so worried about what people aren't doing these days that they forget to live their own life. Like, all these people out here on this planet are just pointing fingers and they're so interested in what people aren't doing. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. They're not doing this. They're not allowing us to do this in this place. Instead of enjoying the fruits and all the freedoms that we do have in certain places. Now, am I saying just shut up and dribble and accept what you got and be happy? No, I'm not saying that.
Shut up and dribble.
I'm definitely not, because there are still a lot of things that need to change. There's still a lot of places that are still stuck in the past. And yes, I know that. I do. But I do think that there's a lot more good on this planet that people give it credit for. And they just want everything to be perfect. Not everything is going to be perfect. Things are going to change and evolve over time. But I just want to see a bit more appreciation for life. I want to see a bit more happiness. I want to see a bit more celebration, a bit more unity, and a lot less finger pointing and complaining. And
I hate that you say that. And then we're talking about a couple of murders today.
I mean, yeah, man, it sucks.
It does suck.
I mean, it is what it is. You gotta.
I mean, it's what's going on in the world.
What's happening in the world. I mean, we can only do so much.
First off, this story right here, this one really caught me by surprise. And this goes say, it's Wednesday, so anything goes. But this Michigan man gets 11 years in prison after cops find a teen that he met on Snapchat nearly naked under his bed.
Oh.
Yeah. The 14-year-old was one of the 3 minors he sexually exploited after meeting online. 21-year-old Nicholas Boris.
21?
Marini in Royal Oak, Michigan, was sentenced to 11 years in a federal prison this week after being accused of having serial exploited minors that he met online. According to the Department of Justice, he was sentenced for coercing and enticing a minor to engage in illegal sexual activity and for receiving child pornography after he pled guilty earlier this year. They labeled him as a serial abuser of young girls who were all 14 at the time that he participated in unlawful sexual activities with them after meeting them on Snapchat. Where are their
parents at?
That's what I want to know.
This is why I was saying what I was saying about what I was saying when I was saying it. Too many of these parents are soft parenting and allowing their young kids these freedoms to go as they please.
He said that he would trick the teens to make them think that he was younger than he actually was. He would tell them that he was only 16 at the time. One of the victims' mother allegedly found disturbing messages on her daughter's phone between her and the individual in December of 2020 when he encouraged her to run away after she got on birth control and asked her to spend a COVID lockdown that he, believed that, they could hang out during the COVID lockdown time. In addition to having sex with the young girl, he also obtained sexually explicit images from her.
My daughters better not even ask me to go to the park no more. You ain't going nowhere.
I mean, it's crazy, but I never knew that people were meeting each other over Snapchat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, I know you can see each other's locations, but like, what do? You say that they're locally next to you, and you say, hey, you want to meet up?
If you have locations on, you can see friends and friends of friends and all that.
No, I turned
and then there's a bunch of random, like you get suggestions just like on any other social platform of people that you should be friends with. Oh yeah, my everything's turned off. Just in case you guys haven't heard of this or know this, if you have the iPhone, you need to go into your settings and there's something called precise location that for some reason is turned on like every app for some reason. And like I think it was the latest update, and it will legitimately tell people exactly where you are. So please, for your own safety, go on all of your settings and make sure you turn all of those off.
Change it.
Mr. Sean Green, my guy, my brother, I love you to death. Welcome to the show, sir.
Yeah, I just thought that was pretty crazy. Because I just want to warn parents out there who do have children. Please make sure you are monitoring your children. These dating sites and these social media sites are getting more and more intense. We have more and more creeps on there that are luring in younger women.
My thing is this. Here's my big thing. You can't lure my kid into anywhere if I don't let my kid go somewhere without me knowing.
No, that's true.
You know what I mean?
That's absolutely true.
Okay, who are you going where with? Do I know them? No.
But see, that's always
do I know their parents?
That's the hard debacle with these children, because more than likely, and I'm not saying like your children, I'm just saying like children in general, like they're lying about their locations. They're saying, hey mom, I'm going to an after school play, and yet they're going to hang out with Jeffrey, who's really planning on
my
like
kids of doing that so much that they won't even. I got all their locations on my phone. I know where everything is at. And I'm like, you probably leaving your phone at school and going running off, huh? Ain't you? Huh? I mean,
because they will. I mean, they can, and
you just have to explain to your kid. Like, we watch a lot of murder shows in my house. They watch with us. They know what's out there in the world, and I really hope none of them ever get that froggy and decide to sneak out.
That's how I feel. Like me, my biggest fear is me not having a routine and people not knowing if something was to happen to me when something happens. So like now I make like a routine I'm like, okay, I'll text you when I get in, or hey, I'll do this, I'll do that. Because what kids don't realize is you really only have the first 24 hours after you get taken. Anything after the first 24 hours,
you hit.
More than likely you're not getting found.
Facts.
And I hate to say that to like scare you, but I say that to scare you.
Yeah, you should be
because
scared.
If your family doesn't even know that you're missing, they can't even find you. They're not even looking for you.
I don't understand. I mean, I guess I know kids are kids or whatever, but there's nothing that's so cool or so worth it that you have to go sneak out and potentially like the fun you're gonna have sneaking out is not anywhere near worth the danger you could be in if it goes wrong.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, I even tell my kids, like, look, I know you're gonna drink at some point, but when you do, just make sure you're not at some party with a bunch of people you don't know and trust. Don't be out at a bar somewhere with a bunch of, because you don't know if it goes bad, who's going to have your back, or if they're going to leave you on the floor to die. You know, you just, unfortunately,
like
that's the world we live in. And you have to,
like this story that we're going to be talking about today. I'm still trying to get some of the details on this story because they still are coming out.
It's still very fresh.
Yeah, it's still very fresh. It's still coming out. It's still unraveling. But her name was Shanquella. Yeah. I think that's how you pronounce it. Robinson. Mm-hmm. I believe that's how you pronounce it. She went on a trip with her friends to Mexico. And I'm not even going to say her friends.
She went with some people.
Hard part about people taking these trips and girls trips and all those kinds of things. Like we talked about this before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Knowing who you are going on a trip with. Because if you are going on a trip, let's just say, I've seen too many instances where women get set up. Okay. Let's just put that out there first. Okay. I've seen instances where a girl is jealous of you, and I follow this girl on TikTok to this day, and I watch her almost every day, every time she posts or whatever. A girl that she considered her friend was jealous of her, like secretly jealous of her, but she thought that they were cool. Like they used to hang out together, whatever the case may be. The girl, one day they went to a party. The girl, I guess, was jealous of the reaction that she was getting at the party. When they got ready to leave, the girl slammed on the gas and basically crashed the car. Ooh. And left her to burn. And she like lost her hand in the process of it. Her face is all burned. Like she lived, thankfully, but she is severely scarred. Like she really can't do a lot of things. She does not have her fingers or anything like that. But out of pure jealousy. And I feel like that's what possibly happened in this type of situation. Yeah. But the death certificate shows injuries, no sign of alcohol poisoning in the North Carolina woman's body. But a video of a brawl surrounding a mystery death of this Black woman has led to a movement to uncover the truth about what happened to Shanquella Robertson in Mexico. They took to social media. They were in this villa that was more than like 25,000 miles from Cabo in Mexico. They were going on a girls' retreat or whatever.
There was dudes there too.
See, I saw the video and I started to watch it, but I did not.
For those of you who haven't, we're not going to post it because she did end up passing as a result of whatever's happening. But you do see a female start to, square up. And it didn't look like the girl Shanquella. It didn't look like she
was her. Was she the one without the bonnet?
Without the bonnet.
Without.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
So it didn't look like she really wanted to fight. So the other girl started going ham and beating her down. And it honestly just looked like a regular, fight. And then she kind of took her and threw her by her head, and she fell on the ground and she kicked her and all other kinds of. So the video itself didn't look like much until you find out what subsequently happened.
Right after.
And I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was only like 15, 20 minutes after that happened that she ended up passing. Yeah. So, I mean, that's why I always tell people to be careful when you're getting into fights, man, because you may end up killing somebody. And there was somebody at a bar who sucker punched the dude ended up dying. Now, dude's in jail for life.
You never know, like, how your injuries or how someone's body may react to something. You may think that it's pointless and it was just a stupid little fight, but that woman is getting charged with murder. Oh, yeah. I don't care. Robinson's parents have contacted the FBI and Mexican authorities and paid to have her body brought back to the U.S. Mexican authorities said that they don't believe it was foul play, but the 25-year-old family believes that she was murdered. Her mother has spoke out as well, but She was from Charlotte, North Carolina, from Mexico on Friday, October 28th, to celebrate one of her friend's birthdays for the weekend. Her family says that she was dead within 24 hours. So this story is actually old. I thought that this just recently happened.
I thought it did too.
They went to Mexico Friday, October the 28th.
Oh, okay.
So they're just now. Fairly, this story is just coming out. But shortly after arriving in Cabo on Friday, Shaquilla called her mother and told her that she was enjoying a meal and prepared, by a private chef in the villa that they had got. She received a frantic call. Her mother, wow, Samaladrona. I'm not even gonna say her mama name. Her mom received a frantic call from Robinson's friend saying that she is unconscious and had alcohol poisoning. The mom said each one of the people that was there with her was telling different stories, obviously, because they don't want to sound like they're the one that happened. Her mom said they didn't call us until the very last minute. Records obtained by sources said that there were 7 guests staying in the villa. Shanquilla's friends returned to the U.S. and left her body in Mexico. Her family spent $6,000 to ship her remains back to Charlotte, North Carolina. The U.S. Department, state officials in Mexico are not commenting on the allegations of foul play. But obviously, once they did the autopsy and they saw that she had broken spinal bones and she had no alcohol in her body, that there clearly was foul play.
Yeah, I mean, and to me, that's an open and shut case. Because, I mean, if that video really was, and they can find out time of death and when that video was and all that. So if that video really was 15, 20 minutes or whatever before her death, then what is there to be investigated?
So I think that's why this is just now coming out. Her body and her remains just arrived in Charlotte, North Carolina on November 10th. Okay. And her family also received a death certificate. The woman's cause of death is listed as severe spinal cord injury and damages to the body, which basically proves that there was no alcohol poisoning because alcohol poisoning is more internal.
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with your spine.
So
if you watch that video and you see how old girl slung her by her neck, it would make sense to me.
Yeah.
And then kicked her in the head.
And then we don't even know what happened outside of that video.
Right.
That video
It's
just
a very
stopped.
Short
yeah.
video.
So I mean she could have started beating on her even after the video goes off.
So I heard about it before I saw the video and I was reading stuff about it. They made K Michelle, I think it was, posted tweeted a bunch about it or wrote a bunch of stuff about it. And they were saying the way they beat that girl, so it led me to believe that they jumped her or it was worse than that, which it may have been.
I was gonna say could have.
It may have been.
The death certificate says that her body was found unconscious in her living room. Her mother said that she was told her body was discovered by a housekeeper. So that means that they left her body. However, a representative of the condos where they were staying said that the group had called a doctor for help on Saturday afternoon. The doctor gave Shaquilla CPR, and then she was pronounced dead at 3 p.m. after 15 minutes after her spinal injury. So I'm assuming 15 minutes, like you said, after that video. So
I wonder where the full video is, because all you see, every clip I see, is the same exact parameters. There has to be. Well, I know he didn't cut the camera off. I know he didn't cut it on and cut it off where that video is. So I'm wondering, because there's got to be, maybe because of the investigation, they've cut that out or whatever. But there's got to be more.
Was it somebody in the video saying at least fight?
At least fight, yeah. At least do something. At least try to fight back, Wella. Instead of hopping in.
And that's okay. So here we go. Somebody said, "Get up, bro. Get up." So this is where me and I'm going to do my due diligence to try to get this passed. I feel like people who video record or just stand by and witness should be held accountable for the charge, because that's like a nurse seeing someone dying and not doing anything. You kind of take an oath. And I understand that, like, oh, you don't take an oath as a human being, but you kind of do to be a civilized and careful human being. You guys literally watched this poor girl die. And what were they fighting over? I'm sure it was nothing to equal up her losing her life. And now the other individual going to be in jail.
Let me say this, though. If she wouldn't have died, this wouldn't be a story. That video would have never got out. It would have been like the billions of other fight videos that we see.
That's true too.
Where it's just a fight and somebody get their butt whooped and it is what it is. But now that she ended up dying as a result from that, now you know what I mean. So unfortunately, but I think that's the way love goes.
But you want to know something that's even sadder, and this is where it goes to say, like, to some degree, our people have to recognize she died at the hands of her own people.
Supposed friends
and her own people. She died in the hands in a room full of black people, black men at that, telling her fight back or do something. Like, first of all,
why is that cute to y'all? Like, I've never understood.
Why is that okay? Men are supposed to be the protectors. So if anything, now if it was an all girls trip, they're not gonna understand because girls' emotions get in the way. You know what I'm saying? But as a man, you should be, hey, come on, y'all, chill out. Like, that's not like,
we down here on vacation.
Yeah,
we
not supposed to be down here. But y'all just got there. Right. Like, it could have been already? It couldn't have been anything that you guys, as soon as you get there, you start fighting after enjoying a meal. What did the girl forget her money or something like that? Like, I mean, but that's still not a reason to mollywop somebody.
Right.
And people don't understand when you are different body sizes, and all it takes is for you to turn your neck. We can sleep wrong and be messed up for the next 2-3 days.
Oh Lord,
you sleep with your neck like this and you're stuck. So how could you not imagine that if you throw someone the wrong way and all they have to do?
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. I seen that. And
the way that she read what was wrong. Neck.
I read what happened, like what her injuries were before I watched the video. Man. And then I saw that part and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And then the kick after that, I was like, yeah, if she fractured her neck in that portion of it, then
she probably fractured her neck when she fell down. Like it's like when she hit the ground. Yeah. Because once she was down there, she wasn't moving.
No, she like you know kept what I'm her saying? Head down like that, yeah.
And she never moved.
Yeah, I definitely would like to see if anybody knows the full story or has any more details than we have. Please let us know. I would like to figure out fully what really happened because
I'm definitely gonna get a petition going because I am so tired of these individuals who they pull their phones out first and they're recording these incidents, and a split second, 5 seconds could have saved her life. All they had to do was place her neck in the right position and call the authorities and she could still be alive. All they had to do was care for 5 seconds longer than getting a bunch of different views on social media. Now guess what's about to happen? All of you guys are about to be accused for murder because y'all covered it up. Y'all said it was alcohol poisoning. Y'all left her body. Y'all didn't even call the proper authorities. Her parents and her family is going to sue the pants and the phone bill off of y'all.
Like, once you've messed up, just fess up. Like all the covering it up and thinking you're smarter than the law and all of that is where most of y'all get in trouble.
Trust me.
They're going to get you.
An attorney is going to take over this case. And when that attorney takes over that case, he's going to pull up the surveillance footage, the text messages, the motives before the trip to see if y'all plan to seclude her here to possibly set her up to begin with, or all those kinds of things. They're going to be able to investigate that. And that's what people don't even understand when they're so dumb. Going to jail tonight, like literally. Because I've seen cases like that where it's like, oh, you bringing such and such. Oh, okay, yeah, invite her on the trip.
We don't get it. Like, as soon as we get there, it's on
and
site.
Women, oh, this just makes my head hurt.
It all makes my head hurt.
Why are we so catty with one another? Okay, like, why do we care so much what another woman looks like, what she's getting, what she's doing? Be happy for her. Like,
mind your business.
Give her applause or just be separated. Don't even deal with her. Like,
yeah.
If you feel like you can't run in the race, drop out. You drop out the race.
I just don't get it. And I think we talked about this. I think we may have talked about it last week. How in the Black culture, it's so much about being the best, and being better than the next person, more than it is. There's people that would rather succeed just to show they're better than other people than actually succeed.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
you want to hold the persona,
right,
and not the actual
if
title.
you asked, I guarantee you it'd be over 50% of people would take this. If you would say, I'll give you $1 billion, but you're on a deserted island by yourself, or I'll give you $1 million and you get to stunt and flash all year around everybody. I want the million. I want to stunt. For what?
Exactly.
For
or
what?
people will say, you know, I'll give you $1 million right now. Okay. Or I'll give you $250,000 every month for the rest of your life. Which one would you want? Most people gonna take the million,
baby.
Like,
I don't know how long I'm gonna live. I might not even live past tomorrow.
Not even understanding that once you blow that million, you won't even have $1 million. You know what I'm saying? But getting a consecutive income of $250 every month for the rest of your life, you don't have to work. That's consistent income, baby.
That's what I keep thinking about me winning the lotto. If I would take the lump sum or the equity,
I'm taking the equity.
I don't know though.
I'm taking the equity.
I don't know though, because my only thing
I got spending habits.
Well,
okay, because as soon as I see that million,
though, I think about my investment though. I think about how I can take that money and flip it. Most people would spend that money and burn through that in a quick amount of time. I would be able to throw fat lumps of cash at investments and buying up properties and doing stuff like that.
That's true.
Whereas,
I mean, our perspectives of it would be different, but I still would take that consecutive, that income.
Well, here's the hope though. So if you say that last
coming
one,
from the government, give me my lump sum.
Thank you. Thank you. Somebody be like,
y'all might change your mind.
Like, we're in a recession now. We can't give you the money we were supposed to be giving.
The government filed bankruptcy and they don't owe anybody anymore.
There's a government shutdown. We can't. Y2K happened 22 years late. Everything went to zeros. We don't have any money. Can't help you out.
Yeah, government, give me mine up front.
I love.
Give mine up front.
No. But the thought is, if that 1 point whatever billion it was like, I think it ended up being like 64 million or 20 something million a year that you would get in the annuity. I would prefer to stack my investments so that I'm also making that amount every year, as well as having that fat amount in my bank account. So if you find something that accrues interest at a rate of whatever it is, and you stack, say I put 400 million in this account that accrues 3 to 5% yearly, you can live off of that amount just from putting that fat lump in that account, rather than letting them hold that 1 point something billion and give you a little bit of it here and there. That noise.
No, I completely.
Sharon,
I had to zoom it in. They was looking at my screen. Scring-a-ding, ding, ding, ding.
Man, this world, I tell you. It's Woe Wednesday, and we're supposed to be talking about some fun stuff, but it's
no, it's not supposed to be fun stuff. It's just supposed to be stuff. But no, when we see certain things
today's an irritating day because of all of the.
Yeah, we just can't let certain things fly. I mean, some things is just like, y'all have to do better. Okay.
Seriously. And people wonder why I don't. Like, I've been back in my town for a while now, and I don't go see people. I don't, like, Sharon, I'm sorry I haven't seen you, but I don't go out. I don't go see people. I don't go link up with, because this world is so different these days. And as much as I love people and I love to death, like, if you need me, I got you, but you're not going to see me just out in public just doing whatever, because I got too many kids and responsibilities for me to be accidentally chopped down by something, you know what I mean? Like, I'll be at home, I'll be at work, I'll be at my kids' engagements, and it's pretty much all you're gonna find me at. If it's not an event or somewhere I can make some money or make a change in the world, I'm probably not gonna be just kicking it to kick it.
And because it's like, why put yourself, and that's where, we talked about this before, placing ourselves on a higher pedestal and not being afraid to place yourself on a higher pedestal.
Yeah.
I'm not putting myself in any predicament where I feel that there may be an ounce of danger. I am just going to seclude myself. Like I'm too old to fight. I don't do the fighting
I ain't
thing.
too old to fight.
Like, listen, I have, and that's what people don't understand. Like for me, I have too much to lose. Not the other people, not the other. I have too much to lose to be fighting somebody who has nothing to lose. I have everything to lose. I'm not losing a penny.
I fight for my family. If I'm in danger or my family's in danger, you're gonna get these paws. Other than that, I don't care what you say to me. I don't care what you try to entice me to do. All of that stuff is for the birds, man. That was my 20s and early 30s. You know, I got too much going on. My brain I've focused in my life too much to go back to any of those ways.
Exactly.
Let me take this opportunity to let whoever's here that does not know, if you knew me before, then you knew I was a drinker, I was a smoker, I was a partier, I was this, that, and the other thing. On the 21st of this month, it will be 2 months since I've smoked cigarettes, weed, or had any kind of caffeine. And on my birthday, I don't know the exact date, but somewhere around my birthday 2 years ago now, I quit drinking. So if I can quit all of those things, then why would I allow myself to be put in a position where any of the effery could happen?
Exactly.
Sorry.
Big facts. Big t-shirt, Billie Eilish.
Hey.
No, but that's true. Like, and now the place that you are in and I am in, if we are around anybody that makes us feel like we need to go back to that behavior, cut them out. Cut them out.
I just don't even let it happen. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and some people tell me I've completely gone the opposite direction and I'm too cut off. But I don't really care what people say. I just don't need it. I mean, I love it. Call me, we can text, I'll talk to you on social media, all that kind of stuff. But I'm very, very busy and I'm very happy with the life that I have. If I have days off, they're probably going to be spent on my couch with my kids and my wife, or by myself in the basement playing video games and chilling. Like, I love my house. I'm very comfortable at home. I love being there. So why on my days off, when I finally have time to sit and relax in my home,
why wouldn't I do
own?
That?
It took me a long time to own a home, for one. Then my home burned down, and it took me a long time to get back into my home that I had only owned for 2 months when it burned down. Why would I want to go anywhere else? I love the home I've built for myself and my family. I want to spend as much time there with my family as possible.
I live it.
You know? So, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I love my life, and I don't need any outside influences or any outside sources to give me any more happiness. I got it all.
Got it all. All of it.
I got all the happiness I need.
For those who didn't know what she looks like, if you're watching on Ustream, we just posted a picture. Justice for Quilla. Yeah. She was very pretty.
Yeah.
I hate to say that. Like, I hate to say, oh, she was very pretty. Like, no, as if, like, if she was ugly, like, I wouldn't still feel bad. Like, I mean, it's still a person losing their life. Like,
because you think, and it was kind of built in, too, because you feel like, dang, they had so much going for them. Like, just pretty people, you're like, dang, they could have done so much. But then, you know, you never know.
I mean, but that's so true, though. And I mean, her social media looked like she was like a social media influencer type of thing. Like, I think she was a model of some sort or something like that. Like,
won't catch me in Mexico.
Listen,
don't ask. Okay, not going.
But then now I'm thinking, did they purposely go to Mexico because they felt that, like, if they committed a crime down there, they wouldn't get charged for it because of the jurisdiction?
I don't think it was that deep because, like I said, if you watch the video, the fight looks like a normal, regular fight. I don't think old girl that was whooping her tail thought she was gonna kill that girl. I don't really think that's how it went down. No.
Yes, she did.
No, I don't think so.
Yes, she did.
Sarah Forge, I need some new music out of you. I need some new music. She's so talented.
Yes, she did.
No, she didn't. It looked like a normal, like when I heard what happened, and that's why when I seen the clip of it, I was like, there has to be more because everybody's talking like she got beat like a dog. Like, I've seen people.
Yeah, I didn't know that she.
I've seen people get tore up, like jumped, tore up, and didn't pass away. So
yeah, that's true.
Now, like I said, the way she threw her, like if that's what happened, like, ooh, that was unfortunate because that definitely could have caused some damage. But
yeah, she did have.
I just still feel like there is more to that.
She did have a business. I'm trying to figure out what was the name of her company.
Mm-hmm.
She was
trying to play detective. What was they want from her? What they trying to set
I am playing detective.
Set her up. Didn't happen.
I don't know. I'll continue to look for it.
It didn't happen. Interesting.
Oh, some people are talking about bullying. I don't know.
Something was up. Definitely. It definitely wasn't a normal.
Ooh, somebody is posting about this saying you let a female get jumped in front of you as a man, not just any woman, your friend, flew back to the States, left your friend's body in Mexico, and expect the world not to look at you crazy. You want us to feel bad, but her spine and neck is broken, and a clip of y'all beating this poor baby girl up, encouraging it, and want the world to say it's not any of you that caused her death. Can you imagine having friends that turn on you on vacation and leave your body? You allowed your people to fight for their life on camera and did nothing. When you recorded her, you should have known you was going to jail. I really pray justice is served because me alone couldn't imagine my friends doing this to me, and my family trusted me to be a loyal friend to their daughter, and I failed them as a human being. And that was from
Kujo?
Big Honey.
Oh.
Big Joe Honey.
Huh.
Oh, I forgot. What's the Johnny? The Big Johnny, the girl, the rapper, actress, artist. Okay.
I don't know. Okay. But that's why, see how she said somebody jumping her? And I'm like, I didn't see that happen. But
maybe it was another clip.
That's
I don't know.
I'm saying. I don't know where these other clips are. I don't know where these other clips are, but I'm sure we'll hear a lot more about it in the coming days because I've seen it everywhere. I didn't see it anywhere until this morning. And then this morning it was all over social media.
It's been everywhere. I was just trying to figure out her business name, because I was gonna say people should, come together and spam her business so that way, her family can get some funds, because I'm sure they're gonna have to pay for an unexpected funeral and all those kinds of things.
To get her body flown back here.
I was gonna say that's quite a lot by itself.
Steep.
Oh, I found her page. It's Quilla. She was a kid's hair braider.
Yeah.
She had a boutique, so we can buy stuff from her boutique. She had a blowout sale. She had some cute stuff on her boutique. Damn.
Now it just depends on if somebody's still going to be operating that boutique now she's gone.
And that's another thing that I want to start talking to our community about, because we don't understand that when we do these LLCs and when we put names on these LLCs, you have to make sure that you're putting those things in like a trust or a will, because if not, I mean, your business like dies the moment that you die, So putting together like a business plan, because if she never had like an operational manual of how her business is run, who will know her contacts? Who will know the companies, her shipping?
Probably her competitors, and her competitors will just. But I'm saying they'll just absolve all of her, clients and be happy that it happened.
Yeah.
Haters.
Yeah.
Oh, this world makes me sad. I don't want this to turn into a sad show, but I mean, let's be honest. It's just the more you hear stuff like this, the harder it is to
digest.
Yeah, it's just I have young kids. I got 3 of my kids are about to go out into this world, right? They're about to be in the middle of their junior years of high school. So I feel like when we were younger and at that age, there was more hope out in the world. Go out into this big old world and find your way and just be happy.
So much sadness around.
Yeah, I just feel like now it's like, don't go too far, because I need to be able to get to you if the craziness happens.
I need to be able to save you.
Yeah. And
Anthony Rumble Johnson.
Yeah.
He passed away. So much death in the
air.
It's a lot. It's a lot. But on a split side note, I don't know. Now y'all remember when y'all were, and I say y'all because I'm talking to everybody around her.
You people.
We're laughing at Kanye for buying the house across the street from
I
Kim.
knew this was coming.
Guess who just bought a house across from her almost ex?
Jizzy Giselle.
Tom Brady's soon-to-be ex-wife. And I said, oh. But when Ye did it, it was, he's stalking. He's crazy. No one's talking about
and
this.
She bought the mansion across the water.
Across the water. I want to be able to sit on my boat
daddy house
and see you and look at you.
Yeah, there is a disparity between
nobody's talking about that
when rich white folks do something versus rich black folks.
But what people also don't realize is for co-parenting measures, that works out so well. Yeah. Our children can still stay in the same school district. We don't have to worry about pickup drop-offs. Everybody, like, we live right down the street. If the bus dropped off at your house, they drop off at my house too. Like, convenient wise, it's very convenient because no parent technically wants to do a co-parent 30-40 minute drive drop off pickup. Like,
Jason said, how are you going to stay positive with this Kobe jersey in the background with a sad face? I'm like, yeah, this is like a talk about something heavy weighing over my head, like the greatest loss in all of sports.
I still cannot fathom his death. Like, it still does not all the way register. I was watching
some highlights the other day, and I was like, dang, like you remember, especially when you're watching something like that and you seeing his highlights and how just jovial of a human being he was. Like, you just forget sometimes.
I mean, he was a hard worker.
Yeah, I was watching Anthony Rumble Johnson videos last night. Like, it's really weird to see video. I was a huge UFC fan for a long time.
See, I didn't do UFC. I watched boxing, and I only watched boxing during the years that Floyd Mayweather was boxing.
I feel like Floyd ruined boxing.
What?
I feel like he ruined it.
I feel like he made boxing. No. He is the sole reason why I watched boxing.
People that actually like the sport for the
gruesome and then gritty. Yeah, watch UFC
for the fight, which is what I did. So I decided if it was going to be more about evasion, I'd rather watch somebody's face get split open, and I started watching UFC.
Yeah, because technically boxing, I mean, your face is not supposed to get split open. Yeah, I mean, it happens, but like,
it is.
No.
Bow. No. You ain't punching hard enough if you ain't busting somebody's face open. I mean,
that's like somebody mastering the level of
floposity.
You can't be mad.
Every soccer player on the planet got floposity mastered.
And LeBron. But like, you can't be mad that they've just learned how to master something to get them to win.
Not mad at all. I never once hated on the man's game by any means.
He's strategic. He's a pretty boy. Look, he don't want to get hit.
He got the fastest head this side of Mississippi. So I'm gonna give him that. He's the most skilled counterpuncher and defensive fighter of all time, though. That's true. I mean, that's a fact. But okay, that's just like if you're a soccer fan, right? Which I know a lot of people are here in America. No, that's like watching a soccer match that goes into stoppage time or overtime and goes into a shootout that's 0-0. Most people are like, nobody's even scoring. This game is boring. But they're not saying, look at how defensive those teams are. Look at how great those goalies are. Or that's like watching an NFL game with a very low scoring game, right? It's a 3-6 game in the fourth quarter. Or it's like, man, this game sucked. This game was terrible. But no, it was a great defensive game. But who's going to say that? Nobody. Because you want to see the high flying score, the 60-yard pass. Or dude jumped over somebody. So why would I want to sit here and watch a bunch of missed punches and a bunch of, oh, look how tactical he was.
Yeah, like, you're watching it for the fun. Oh, he laughing in his face. Oh, he can't hit him.
If I want to see something tactical, I'll watch people breach a house. Like,
breach a house?
Yeah, that's tactical. What is that? Like military breaching a house to go find somebody in there. Like, yeah, that's tactical. That's the kind of tactics.
Why did you say breaking into somebody's house?
Because that sounds ghetto. Jason said, okay, see, but I think you are part of the minority, though. Jason said, I love defense, which is great. Like, some people do in sports, and me for one, in sports, in an NFL game, I would love to see a 6-3 game, because that means defense is being
that's like watching the Lions game every week. I get what you're saying.
You feel me? Like, even when they're doing great,
they still lose.
It doesn't look great because they ain't doing, you know what I mean? But look, when they're like, look how great the defense did. They're like, yeah, but they lost. Like, yeah, but the defense played great.
So you know who just got on my crappy list.
I agree with you there.
Dr. Phil.
When was he ever on your good list?
Not really ever, but why did he do a 3-day Dahmer special with Dahmer's dad?
Oh goodness!
Like, okay, Dr. Phil, are you looking for a comeback really bad?
He's looking for a paycheck.
He's looking for something. I mean, he hasn't quite been trending since Catch Me Outside. How about that? Yeah. And I mean, come on.
How about talk about this? Jerry Springer admitting that he thinks his show ruined our culture. Did you see that?
I did see that.
I wish Dr. Phil would come out and admit the same thing.
Because I'm not really a doctor.
When he first came out, I think the whole premise behind his show was cool. But just like any of those, who, Trump?
Oprah.
Oh.
That was her boy, remember?
Yeah, I know.
And when he first came out?
I know. Just like when Jerry first came out, it wasn't like midget strippers and jello wrestling the whole time.
So what I didn't understand with Jerry Springer, why don't he feel like he would because he were paying people
the first one.
Yeah, and they were paying people to do these skits and things, but I mean it's an acting job.
No, but the world didn't know that.
Oh.
To this day, people still watch those shows and they think it's real life.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, well, I guess
I'll go to my dad's house right now and watch Steve Wilkos and Maury with him.
But like people don't. I still watch them sometimes.
Who the daddy? I hate the daddy.
But you gotta understand that they're fake. How can this woman
at 39?
She's sitting on the stage telling you she beat her baby and put him in the oven, and Steve Wilkos is like, "So what did you do?" And all he does is throw a chair. You really think that this is real? Because CPS would have been in her.
She's had 43 men tested. You are not the. Oh, Lord.
Look at that nose. That is his baby. That's why on that song FNF remix where Lotto does her remix, my favorite line of hers was "Got these chicks running like an episode of Murray."
Oh man,
because literally that's all they. Remember when Medea did it for Cara? She thought Mr. Brown was Cara's daddy, and she got the running for her Medea wig.
Yeah, they all did. They said he's a journalist, though, so he felt like he was watering down journalists. They really were. I mean, but the sad part was, and again, like you said, with me talking about Floyd, just because I didn't like his way of doing his thing, he's the greatest or whatever. Maury and Jerry, you can't say they didn't look at their runs. I mean, Jerry could have still been doing it if he wanted to. Maury is still doing it. Like,
I feel like that's nothing but the Real Housewives, Love and Hip Hop upscale celebrity version.
Yeah,
like you get what I'm saying. Like, and all of it is rehearsed. You know?
Yeah, I agree with Jason on this one. He said in the 90s, a lot of it was real though, and that's when I think that's when it started. I think what it became is what he's apologizing for, because those shows when they started,
it
they
was
were very real and a bunch of. But I think as the real stories got crazier and crazier, I think there probably was a transition point where they were like, "Yo, we can't keep having," because there was one. I think it was it Sally Jesse Raphael or Jerry or one of those where they went on the show and dude got surprised by his girl being a transvestite. Or and then he ended up killing her or something like that, and it got real, you know what I mean? Things got super serious and real, and death happened. And so I think after that point they probably were like, yeah, we can't be doing these surprise things, like people are dying, and probably started to try to make stuff up. And then it had to get crazier and crazier as it went along, because you can't go backwards. And then
that's
slippery slopes become slippery slopes, and then now he's a judge. So those shows are what I hate. I can't say hate. Stop saying hate.
But I just also
I don't like those judge shows. They're all just.
Yeah, I mean, Judy J did an episode of one. I feel like a lot of shows, unless it's, and I can't even say a lot. 99.9% of the shows on TV are scripted, it's recorded. I mean, it's saying again, saying again, you know what I'm saying? None of it is real pure authentic of this happened right now, it's right on TV. Like,
yeah, Love and Hip Hop, the first season, like all those shows, I think the first seasons of them, or like the beginnings of them, were great. And then that's just like if any of y'all ever watched The Real World on MTV, the very first few seasons of that show were, super real and super raw.
Also, with Real World, they knew when to cut ties. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's the problem that a lot of these shows don't know how to do.
Because they still do the challenge. That's still a thing.
What challenge?
So it used to be Real World and Road Rules, right? Those were the two same shows. Like Real World, you were in a house together in a certain city. Road Rules, you were in like an RV traveling the world together, whatever the case may be. And then they started doing the challenge. It was the Real World versus Road Rules challenge. And that started way back in the day where they'd go through all of these games and whatever the case may be and find a winner. So the challenge is still a show. They're still making new episodes. Yeah.
Where?
They're still making new episodes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think MTV is still a channel and they still play it.
I didn't know that.
This is why I stick with Survivor. Is Survivor still on? That's still on too?
This is why I watch.
I always thought Survivor was fake.
This is why I only watch like actual like drama shows.
Yeah, I don't watch those reality shows.
For me, I'd rather watch characters play someone else and it's an actual like acting show than me see a reality TV show and I know that you're playing a role just for that scene.
I don't want to see. I don't want to see somebody pretend like they're being real. I would rather see somebody pretend like they're pretending.
Because I heard even on one of the episodes of Love and Hip Hop, whatever, Safari and A1 pretended like to keep up this scandal that it was a cheating scandal going on or something like that. And they did it for the ratings. And it's just like when you have to go over and beyond for some ratings, I mean, just to have a storyline, I mean, that means you don't have a storyline. Let it go. Right. It's just like with Jersey Shore. Once they stop having a storyline, like you just gotta let it go. Some things you make it worse and you drag your name by trying to keep it going.
Facts. Yeah, you can't fake the elements or the miserableness or the injuries. I agree with that, but I feel like it's not like they're literally not gonna die out on this island by themselves. Like all those shows were like, oh man, we gotta survive alone in the wilderness and blah. These shows ain't gonna let nobody die on those shows. Yeah. Like the fear of actual death is why that whole premise is supposed to be what it is, but ain't nobody dying on those shows.
You want to know what is a good show right now? It's on Netflix. It's called Mole. The Mole. One of them. Mole or The Mole. I don't know. It's pretty good. It's a game show, but it's like it takes your mind off of like seriousness stuff. Yeah. But it's like they're doing like different challenges and stuff like that, and you have to figure out who is the mole. Like somebody's like sabotaging.
The only reality show I like is Undercover Boss. That show's hilarious.
So it's not like that, but it's just like them doing different challenges and like stuff like that. It's really, I mean, it's pretty good if you just want to watch something that's like, oh, okay, no, it's that person. Yeah. No, it could be that person. Like,
yeah, that'd be interesting.
So you don't find out who the mole is until the end of the season, but someone goes home every week. It's a good show. What happened?
Talking about Survivor, so they said Cliff Robinson randomly got cancer and died after being on the show, and a couple people have had that happen to them, like serious health scares.
Probably from being out in the wilderness.
So maybe it is a little bit more real than I thought it was. Even like the HGTV and stuff shows are fake when they're like the flipping houses and all that stuff. Oh
yeah, they never finish in that short amount of time.
I want to see an actual reality show. I don't even know if they need to bring back like the old Joe Rogan Fear Factor. That was real.
Yeah, the episode when he passed out and he couldn't open up that pin pad thing.
That was real. I want to see that again.
Do you know Adrian Dingle? He played for the San Diego Chargers.
No.
Oh, he passed away. Yeah. I feel like
did you hear about those three
yes,
Virginia
I was about to talk about that
got...
right now. Now that one took me by storm.
And this is all of these stories have come out in the last like day or two.
Yeah, they've canceled their Coastal California
Good.
game
They
after
should
the
have.
deadly shooting on campus. But I have been hearing about this, but I didn't really know what was going on. But the University of Virginia football team will not play its game against Coastal Carolina on Saturday, following the tragic death of 3 of its players on Sunday night. The school just made the decision, revealing that the game will not have a makeup
Smart.
date as well. Uh, their game is canceled as well on November 26th. No ruling contest. The 3 individuals that passed was Deshaun Perry, Lavelle Davis, and Devon Chandler. They were shot on a bus on campus after returning from a class field trip. 2 other students, including Cavaliers running back Michael Hollins, were also injured during the shooting as well. And at news conference, the Tony Elliott, the head coach, said that he and the team were, having a very hard time processing this. And the guy who actually shot them, that's being accused, a former running back, Christopher Daniel Jones Jr., has been accused of being the gunman in the horrifying accident. And he's been arrested. But they are not saying like what made him do this.
So the gunman's dad, I guess, came out with a statement saying that they were bullying him or something, and he didn't know how to handle it. So he killed them all.
All 3 of them were bullying him?
I didn't watch the statement. I just seen the little, whatever the caption was on it. I didn't listen to the statement, but all I know, the caption said something that had to do with bullying, and that his dad said what he said. But that still don't make sense to me.
No, how did he even get access to the school?
He was a running back. I believe he was.
I thought they said former, so I thought like he was off the team.
Well, if he was a part of the organization, I'm sure
he
I guess had access.
Figure it out because he's in jail now.
Right.
So, but that's just still.
It's just too much, man.
Very unfortunate because bullying is something that is getting a little far too out of hand. I watched another video of a mother who was very upset because her 13 or 14-year-old daughter committed suicide because she was being bullied at school. And I think that this time of the year is really that time of the year where kids are struggling because it's after school activities and kids feel, secluded.
It's cold, cuffing season. People ain't got no booze.
I mean, you're not outside playing as much, or, so everyone's in the house. You're not getting invited to this party or this football game. Or this
is gone.
Yeah. And it's getting very scary because as an adult and, as a mom who, of course, we have children in school, I just think back and I'm just like, what gives a kid the authority to say I'm too cool to hang out with you? Right. Like, I'm just like so baffled at the point where kids just kind of like exclude other people for wearing glasses or braces or all those kinds of things. And it's like,
it's learned behavior.
Those are humanly characteristics.
It's learned behavior, though.
That's true.
And I will admit, I joke around with my kids a lot, like kind of bullying them, joking around, and I think sometimes it may be taken not wrong, but they take that into their lives as if it's cool to do that stuff out in public with other people, thinking they understand the jokes. Yeah, you know what I mean. So I think there's a way,
but
you have to make sure your kids understand that, like, I'm just joking, we're joking, this is us ribbing each other at the house, like. Don't treat people like this in public if you don't know.
Between jokes and like single-handedly excluding people, you can't sit with us. We don't want to be seen with you. Like, I feel like that part is very mean. And I'm not saying people should talk about people or, what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is no kid should have to eat lunch alone or in a bathroom stall because no one wants to talk to them or no one wants to hang out with them. Like, those are the things that I mean, where it goes time to, pick your class partners and no one wants to be partners with this individual. Like, no kid should have to face that. So I think the schools need to work better on handling these situations because You cannot tell me that the teachers don't hear everything in those hallways that goes on.
Not everything.
They don't hear it, but it comes across at some point.
You'll
of a
see
teacher.
somebody seeing
because
it somewhere.
You've heard the little girl in the classroom talking and gossiping that don't like each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But some are, just minding their business until it comes to the forefront because they don't want to deal with it.
You got to catch that stuff early though, because I feel like at a certain point it's already too deep rooted and there's nothing you're going to be able to do with it as an organization, but as an administration. So yeah. I mean, like, you got to catch those kind of seeds in elementary school, like the kid that's doing that young. You got to try to nip that in the butt, because once it gets to the high school level, now that individual has pretty much got their mind how it's going to be.
Yeah. You know I mean, so much of like stepping in and like notifying a parent, because I don't know about you, but in a lot of instances, my child was involved in this. There was this little girl who was putting her hands on my son, and my child did not want to hit her back. So I called the school, I called the principal, I called the teacher. I mean, like every other day, this little girl was finding her way to pick on my son. And I did not want him to feel bullied by a girl or think just because a girl likes you, she's supposed to hit you or be mean to you. Like that's the wrong kind of teaching. Right. But I don't even know if they ever notified this little girl's mom of what was going on. They never brought it to my attention. They just said, oh, we'll keep a close eye on it. We'll have the teachers look after her. I'll talk to her. But I don't know if they ever notified the parents. And when I said, well, can the parents sit down for a meeting or anything? It never happened. They said that with the school guidelines, they can't do those things. And it's just like, when parents do reach out, what are you guys properly doing to make sure these things don't happen? Because if my son was to react and hit this little girl, it would have been a whole different story. Yeah. Or you guys would have wanted to sit down with us and talk about disciplinary actions, but she never got disciplined or any of those things. And it just goes down to like, what are these schools really doing? Right. We need some more qualified counselors in there, because it's not adding up.
I always go back to parenting though. Always. I mean, everything starts at home. Everything starts.
But if it's not starting at home, it's up to the teachers to protect our children, because our children are there for a length of time a day.
But you put that on them. My school was huge. Like my high school, I think I had 400 something people in my class. So you got to think. Okay.
High school, and not a lot of high school, we can kind of like it.
Once it gets to that point, it's over.
I mean, like elementary, middle school.
I feel like there should be kids in them schools. Like, and there's not. So let's put it this way.
Then hire help.
But let's put it this way though. What besides physically keeping them away from each other, if it's a problem, like, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Besides doing like separating them so that can't happen. The teachers are not going to be able to mentally correct these kids' actions. They can discipline them. They can call the parents. They can, all those protocols, but they're not going to be able to change how that student acts.
No, and I understand. I'm just saying more of like notifying the parents or like still disciplining them in school to let them know that this still is not okay, because I know kids who they do stuff on purpose in school because they know that they won't get caught. Oh, the teacher's just going to yell at me. I'm just going to get in school detention, whatever. Mm-hmm. But
my kids got 20 tardies because all they get is a detention.
See, so to kids, it's just like it's just slap on the wrist. Slap on the wrist.
Right.
So
that's why they need to bring back paddles in schools.
They really do.
Schmack. I think there was a dude who was like petitioning to bring back, you call it capital punishment in schools. Right. Let them get that. Embarrassment in school in front of your friends will stop a lot of those kind of actions. Because most of the time in schools when kids are acting up is to show out. Yeah, so if you just take all that clout away by letting them see you snotty-nosed and getting whooped in class by your teacher, none of that cool kid stuff happens anymore.
None of it.
That all stops.
Why is this just popping up saying Jermaine Marshall died? But he died back in 2019.
Who?
Jermaine Marshall. He was a basketball player.
I don't know who that is.
Ex-college basketball star. He played for, was that Arizona? Arizona, one of those teams. Everybody right now is like, please do not mention my name because everybody that I said, I'm like the guy off of Life. Remember when he was reading that story? He's like, yeah, remember the dog? He died too. And it's like, anybody else wants to read the letters?
Yes. What about capital punishment but a roasting session? I've always said that. Said that. Like, just all you got to do is just bust down a kid's ego, because especially the biggest kid in class who thinks he's the bully or the you know what I'm saying, the cool kid. Just start everybody in class start roasting them, start capping on them, and everything you know about them, just start eating him up, because then that ego is deflated.
With your big
right. Your mama said you can't spell.
What's that song? How it go? They be like, not your mama. Your daddy said your daddy fought it. What about your house? $3 in a candy house.
You be coming up with the most random. I swear you be making all of this up.
It's standing on a kickstand. You never heard that?
No.
Oh my gosh. Now I gotta. No. Oh my goodness. Now I gotta Google it and see if Google knows.
I feel like, because I know how intelligent your mom and dad are, I feel like they made up a bunch of stuff and like recorded it and played it for you and then told you everybody's saying those things.
Would be like embarrassed. What about your house?
I've never heard of none of that. On a
kickstand. Hold on.
Never heard of it.
It's literally showing me a video of somebody kickstand.
Of a house standing on a kickstand?
Mm-hmm. Your mama said.
Never heard of her.
Your daddy farted.
Your Google searches. Don't get me
started, bro.
Your Google searches. You found it?
I found it. Okay, this is a roast. Okay, y'all. She posted this in 2013. It says, man, don't get me started. Your mama stank, your daddy farted. Man, look at those kids. One handicap and one Man, look at your car. 2 training wheels and a handlebar. Man, look at your house. Made of sticks and stones, 4 miles. Man, look at your shoes. Passed down from 1962. And dang, man, look at your grades. D's and F's, you should be ashamed.
Wow. Now, where did this come from?
It was a roast in the city. It was, man, don't get me started.
That's what happens when you grow up in England. You don't know none of that stuff. I don't know any of those.
What about her car?
Quintessentially African American roasts.
That
wasn't a part of the Cool Kids Club. Yeah, I was in the National Honor Society. I did not roast people.
Looked like a dead rat. Like, everybody made up their own stuff at the end. Like,
that's like y'all freestyling.
Yes, man. Yes. Somebody said my cousin got girl. Wow. See.
Thank you.
See, you're welcome.
Jason C said that's the worst roast he ever heard. What up, boo? Donnie in the building. That is pretty. Your mom think your daddy fought it.
Now you're gonna be saying that all the time.
Jason, I'm gonna write a verse for verse on in the basement Alien Gang, and I'm gonna put that line in there and see if I can do it. I'm gonna make it hard to watch.
Listen, okay.
If I do that, you gotta come in the comments with all the fire emojis. Man.
Everybody had their own like.
Your mama stank, your daddy farted.
Man, don't get me started.
Wowzers.
That's classic right there.
What's in the good news for today? Is anything good happening in the world that we can talk about? Some of y'all will be happy. People need to stop calling me. What? Some of y'all will be happy that your boy Donnie T is running again for Presidente. Is anybody in my life happy about Donnie T?
I mean, with the year we've just had, it's kind of like, what year did we have? I'm not opposed. I just want to see who else is running with them.
That's the thing. It's like the thing. Oh yeah, it will be super hot fire. The big thing is at this point is who do the Democrats have that can beat him?
Now I'm gonna put her out here, but she's not gonna go for it.
Who?
Michelle.
Oh,
if Michelle Obama,
I think Trump would even vote for it.
Look, you know Trump probably like him a little brown sugar.
Every African American who has the right to vote will be at the polls if Michelle decided to run.
I really really think she should, but I think that the Obamas are. Yeah, I think they're over the White House. And
we did our due diligence.
Yeah, I mean they ran 2 years because I mean technically she could, right? Because she wasn't the president. I
believe so. Yeah.
So technically she could.
Or do you think Kamala would be tried to?
Do you think she would? Even put her name
but is that the?
I mean, she could. But we ain't seen her in the last 4 years. Why would we vote you again?
Yeah.
Girl, I don't know where you been.
Just to not have Trump as president. Some people would be that ignorant.
No, not me. Not me.
Huh.
Not I. I'm telling you that right now.
If he would have just stayed off of social media, he'd have been fine. He just shut his mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, if he just shut his mouth, he would have been fine.
Listen, I'd rather deal with a bigot who tells me how they feel in my face instead of dealing with a bigot who lies to my face and does sneaky stuff behind their back. That's just me personally. And that's just my opinion. I'm not saying who you should or who you should not vote for. I'm not telling you who I am and who I'm not voting for, and even if I'm voting. But I just believe what Pamela Hamala and Joe Byron did. It just they was banana in the tailpipe. I mean, they were very strong.
Mikey teacher, hey, the boys in the building.
And, what they actually delivered was crap on a plate.
Yeah. Okay, call me ignorant, but as someone in the military, when you're in the military, you're not allowed to speak your mind about political whatevers, right? Like you can't go to rallies, you can vote, but you can't tell anybody who you voted for. You can't speak against the president because that is your boss, your commander in chief, and all that. So
your commander,
because of that, I think I stopped really caring who was president.
Karen, get it?
Yeah, I stopped caring, and I stopped because honestly, it's not, especially in the military, it doesn't matter who's president because you got to say that's who pays your bills. You know.
Anyways.
Yes sir, no sir. So these days, I just. Yes, I think, the president has less power than people think the president has. So I think if anybody's really concerned about their day-to-day lives, they should focus more on who the governors of their states are, who their, city council representatives are, like the local stuff.
What I could definitely say is we got stimulated when Obama and Trump was there.
Stimulate me. Hey, look, listen, I don't care what you say.
With Byron, we got manipulated.
I don't care what y'all say about old Trumperton. There's always one thing he did for me, and he took all my student loans away. Now, here's the funny part. Everybody's like, oh, Joe Biden's trying to wipe away this is wrong. He's wiping away student debt. And Trump did it. Trump did it.
No, but
Trump wiped away a whole bunch of student debt. Nobody said a word about that.
Byron was supposed to wipe away 20,000 up
it's
to
supposed
10
to still
20,000.
Didn't they just come out with the? But that's the funny part. I didn't have to fill out anything.
It just wiped out, and that's what I was wondering. Like
I was looking at my credit one day. It said 0 owed. Now that was I think it was for 100% disabled veterans that it happened for under Trumperton. Which thank you very much, sir.
We went from stimulated to manipulated.
So, I mean, I'm just saying, do I like the dude as a person? Am I going to break bread with him and kick it? No, I'm not kicking it with Trumperton. But did he do something good for me? Wipe some student loans away?
I was able to drive.
Sure did. Thank you.
I was able to drive. I was able
and I
to
rode a plane.
Rode a plane. Thanks to Kanye's workout plan.
I don't know, man. The judge is holding it up.
With Byron, I got to choose between gas and eggs.
I don't know. JC said the judge is holding it up. He signed the bill already, but the judge is holding it up.
Yeah. So look.
One of Trump's judges.
No.
Who is
this? Is what they do, right?
What they did.
They say, "Oh yeah, I said yes," but they have somebody on the back end that's really doing it. He's literally been feeding us banana in the tailpipe since day one. Yeah, I'm gonna do this for y'all. They don't really give him that. That's why he was falling off bikes. He can't even remember what he telling us. Like y'all thought that Bernie was too old, and then Bernie's y'all put him in the house.
Everybody has
Bernie's still alive, ain't he?
Yeah, I believe so. I think the movie Weekend at Bernie's was about Bernie Sanders. Somebody been holding him up the whole time. I feel like you feel too. Is that I do not feel manipulated at all by Biden. I don't know what people were expecting. He's been fine to me. Like I don't really see a lot of big changes day to day that really make me that mad when it comes to each president. Besides what Trumperton was saying and who he was as a person, I was like, ooh, that's crappy.
Okay, so I guess
I just don't.
I guess because. I guess it just depends on your journey, your life, your career field of where you are. You notice the hits and the changes and all those kinds of things. I've definitely noticed taxes and certain fees.
Business owners and things like
business
that.
Owners, yes, as day-to-day citizens.
And you notice too, and I always tell people this. I say Trump is, and we had this argument before about being, but a person like Trump in office, business owners are going to thrive because he's going to try to take care of business owners.
Yes.
But the normal everyday Americans are going to feel some kind of way, right? So there's people who feel like Biden's doing incredible because there's going to be people that his changes are helping. But if they're not helping
that's the part that people have not realized. Since Byron, and Kamala have been in the household, I do not give them the respect to call them what they deserve. Fine. I don't care.
And that's your right.
They have not paid, or people are not paying attention to how many layoffs have been happening. Amazon laid off almost 10,000 people. More and more companies are laying off people because why? Businesses are taking a higher hit. So if businesses are taking a higher hit, they're forced to lay off their people. I know Comcast and Warner Cable are laying off tons of workers,
but that's gave also them settlement. On the states though. Like
right, it's on the states.
Like us, we like here we have it's something about the taxes or the tax breaks that aren't being given to these companies, so they're opting not to bring their business here. And that's not a federal thing for the most part. I mean, yes, certain taxes come from the feds and
but when you make
these states
when
still
you file your federal taxes at the end of the year,
right?
And
isn't that an inflation thing though? The Fed's raising taxes because of the inflation that's happening.
But that's on Byron and Kamala.
That's directly related to every administration. The inflation.
I mean,
I think that's a congruent problem.
But you're paying for it more because when you file taxes, if you didn't have healthcare or if you had more employees or this, you have to pay that tax back at the end of the year as a business, which you can't afford to keep paying employees now because now
is this all coming from the
tax return, like your federal tax return?
No, I mean, but are these higher taxes a result of all of the COVID relief stuff?
That's what I'm wondering.
That came from Byron? Wasn't it Trump that signed all the COVID relief stuff? Here's my problem as well. Here's my problem as well.
The following president gets what
a lot of people don't understand is things that these presidents try to put in play or write into bills and all these things. These things take time, right? So, not saying like the president before set this one up or whatever the case may be, but there are things that happen that tend to fall during certain administrations that aren't necessarily all that president's doing, but they get the scapegoating of that, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. So there's a lot of things that Trump claimed that he did or claimed that he took credit for or whatever that wasn't even necessarily his doing. It just happened to come to fruition during his administration. And the same with some negative things that happened or whatever. And that's going to happen with whoever's in administration, no matter when they're in administration, whatever president we get. Everybody, half of the people are going to be pissed, half of the people are going to be happy, half are going to say they did what they're supposed to, half are going to say they didn't, half are going to be like impeach him, half are going to be like reelect him. Like it just
I've never seen it's always going to be a split decision because the reason why is because every 8 years people get in and undo what the other one was doing. So it's kind of like you're going to be starting over every 4 to 8 years. It's always so it's
Dems, Republicans. It's never about us.
It's never like a consecutive, we're all working on this one thing to happen at the same time. So, I mean, it's always going to be honestly, a fluctuation.
When it comes to me, I don't feel like any of the major issues that our countries actually having are even on the table or being talked about or worked on. So, I mean, when it comes to me, I'm like, dude, my little checks that I'm getting and living off of, which is a decent amount, and I'm doing fine. I don't think any of that's getting taken away from me, or the hits aren't big enough for me to be like at Capitol Hill marching and doing, you know what I mean? My day-to-day life has been the same for 37 years, regardless of who was in office. I mean, I don't know.
That's fortunate for you.
Yeah, I mean, and that's just my life and my opinion. I've gone through being broke. I've gone through having a ton of money. I've gone through being in the military. I've gone through living in my car. I've gone through living in big houses. I've gone through, you know what I mean? I've all of that stuff I've gone through, and that more was about my personal choices and my circumstances that I was able to get myself into and out of than it was who was president. So I just feel like it doesn't matter who's in office. It's yes, you're going to take certain hits and certain things are going to change and ebb and flow and suck a little bit more when certain people are making certain legislature. But at the end of the day, it's not going to be the end of the world because of who's in the office. It's going to be the end of the world if you're not handling your P's and Q's and protecting yourself on a daily basis, doing the things you're supposed to be doing.
I'm trying to figure out what president. Oh, it was Biden who changed the law to the Cash App and Venmo and PayPal.
Oh, yeah, that's
income. So like those are like the small changes that like people will start seeing when they file their taxes. Like as far as like me and my family, we do like a lot of real estate and we have like a lot of property and all those kinds of things. So we get hit with higher taxes when you have to pour, when you have to transfer. Filing fees when you are going to court has like tripled, and that's like on a federal level too, because some of these filing fees technically they can't be changed. So it's like those little bitty things, like the fees. So like people don't understand that those fees over time start to add up. And I've been watching, and people definitely have to be careful. Check your bank statements. Like, and I'm not just saying if you don't have any money, if you have money, but I've seen so many companies that are overcharging people because they don't think that people are paying attention to their statements to report it.
So I've noticed, and I've always kind of been skeptical of this, and maybe it's when I was more poor than I am now. I mean, I'm poor still, but
we're poor.
They'll rearrange your, like if you check your statement, they'll rearrange.
Yeah.
And then it's somehow the way they rearrange it, it'll like make you negative or like, and you're like, wait a minute, like I know I had money at that point, like how'd you rearrange it so it shows negative? So now you hit me with a fee, and now I didn't see that fee because then it got deposited, and then so where I'm looking at now, like I know I had more money in there, and they just hit you with all this craziness. I'm like, yo.
So one charge specifically, and the only reason why I pay attention to these types of things is because like I said, I've just been watching because I know it's coming up towards like holiday season, and a lot of companies do this during holiday season too. So I paused my account on my gym membership back in October. And I did it at the beginning of October because before, when I was going to do it, they were like, oh, well, if you pause it now, it won't take effect until next month because the billing cycle has already started.
Right.
So I called at the beginning of October and was like, I want to pause it for next month, pause my membership. They were like, okay, well, we'll only charge you a $10 fee to pause it. And I'm like, okay, cool. Because my schedule just does not work for the gym. So I'm like, I don't want to be paying an extra fee. So boom, the next month comes. They don't charge me my pause fee. They charge me my annually fee. How is it time for my annually fee? When I just signed up to this gym, maybe like in August, September.
Because they figured they was going to get that money out of you somewhere.
So they hit me with the annual fee. So I was like, okay, whatever. So then a couple of days ago, I got hit with another charge of like $30. And I was like, okay, now they said the annual fee. My freeze fee is only $10. Where's this $30? No. So I called them and they go, oh, it looks like your kids club membership was still active. I said, so I can't come to the gym, but I can just drop my kids off. I said, please tell me if that's the case, because I will drop them off. Please. They were like, please, $30 a month.
I will utilize that
daycare
service
all day.
Bad.
I will drop them off.
Bad.
And they were like, oh, you're right. That doesn't make sense. Oh, there was a glitch in our system. Sorry.
Caught them.
And had to give me a refund. But it's like those little bitty companies. And even the company that we were talking about before, charging monthly fees, but then when you call, they can't find an account with your card hooked onto it. So it's like you really have to be careful of some of these companies now because they are overcharging because they think that people don't pay attention. They're like, oh, it's just a gym membership, and no one's gonna call them. But if they can do that for 5 to 10 different people a day,
they're making money.
They're
more money, more problems. Because if you only have, a limited amount of funds, you watching every cent that comes in and out of your account. But when they prey on people that may not be watching all that closely and they got just enough not to be worried about an extra $20, $30, $40, that's where they get you.
And that's why I'm saying check your accounts, whether you have $5 in it, 500,000, $5 million, because these people are scamming and they're getting over on you because they don't think that the average person is, watching
because
or checking
facts.
their income.
It's true.
Like they think like, oh, okay, that was only $20, whatever. I'm not. But
to
if they're
some
charging
people,
you $1,000
is chump change. So if they lose it, their fluctuations. Like think about people who have a ton of money in stocks. They fluctuate thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars per minute. And they're like, oh man, I'm down 100,000 today. Like me, I'm like, that changes my life. But them, they're like, oh, I'll get that back. You know what I mean? So people like that, you can skim a little off the top and they wouldn't care. But people like us,
care.
That extra 35 cents, but rough.
No, because what people don't realize is if you go to the store and you are short an extra 35 cents,
they ain't spotting you.
They're not. You got to put all them groceries back. And that's where I learned. That's why they started doing the automatic systems, the scanner things.
I just learned about that. I just learned about that.
The employees used to be like, don't worry about it. It's okay. Because who wants to see somebody put all their groceries back? And, so the automatic machine cuts down that interaction of the employee feeling bad, like, let me go out of my pocket and all that kind of stuff.
Oh no, I didn't mean you talking about something different. Did you know now that you can go to Miager and you can scan?
Oh yeah,
and I didn't know. So, I didn't notice, baby. If you're watching, I forgot to tell you about
Kay
this.
Rogers used to have that.
See, I told you. It feels good coming off the tongue.
And fries and all those kinds of things. I used to love doing that with the kids because what I would do is I would go in the store, I would be able to shop and bag all of my stuff to where when I'm checking out, all I'm doing is scanning and my card's on file and I'm leaving. Because it got to a point to where when I was checking out, my kids would be at the aisle eating candy off the end cap, and now I have to pay for it because they're busting open a pack of Mentos while I'm scanning stuff, checking out. So that became very, very easy and just efficient for me to shop, and you can see your budget.
Yeah.
Like as you're scanning stuff, you can be like,
that is the most embarrassing thing in the world when you go and be like, especially now, like I don't even go to the store if I know I ain't got enough, like well over enough, because I've been in cards didn't work that I'm and my first thing is I bust my phone out and go to that account, like look, let me show you. Listen, everybody, look, hey, I'm not broke.
I had money to go off on this lady the other day when I was in when I was in the self checkout or whatever. Now, mind you, 2 of their other machines already says cash only, like it was down.
Right.
So I went to a machine. I'm checking out. I'm scanning. I go to use my card. I'm like, ma'am, is this machine cash only too? Like it's not taking my card. It just keeps saying error, error, error. She's like, maybe it's your card. I don't know. And walked away to somebody else. Now, ma'am, I'm going to need you to come back over here and I'm going to need you to figure out this system. Long story short, she transferred it to her register. It worked. That system had went down and it was cash only too, but they didn't put a sign there that said cash only. But it just grinds my gears when anytime it's, our culture, it's automatically, maybe you don't have the funds. Maybe it's your card. Ma'am, I got the funds. It is not my card, lady. I got the funds.
I make sure I go straight to I had an app ready, like in a holster.
Look at it.
I got paid yesterday. I know.
Look at it, ma'am. Because I don't have a problem with if I don't have it, walking away, putting some stuff back. Can you take this off? Can you take that off?
I know,
but when I know I have it, ma'am, come fix this machine because it's down, and you're not gonna make me look crazy.
I don't know why that's so embarrassing either. Like, dang, yeah, everybody's got it rough. Like, I don't know.
I mean, it's just, I think it just depends on how they do it. Right? Like, I feel like if it's more of a because if it's more of a like you come over like, hey, you know, this isn't working, and it's like, okay, well, can I transfer? Like, I don't think I would have been as upset as if she would have like been like, okay, let me transfer it over here. But the fact that she yelled out, maybe it's your car.
I think it's a matter too of like if there's an entire line of people behind you, and now you're causing a stoppage because you ain't got the inspirational clothing. What's up, my brother?
Yeah. What did Kevin Hart say? Remember, he's like, "You gonna try to embarrass me?"
Yeah.
Like, no, you're not about to embarrass me in front of all these people acting like I don't have the money that I know that I do have in my account.
But then again, okay, so now this is older me. This is more mature me now these days. I wouldn't be embarrassed now. I'd be like, dang, I messed that up. Like, yeah, it's been hard out here. You know what I'm saying? Oh well. And then hopefully somebody in that line got their phone out. Like, here, we're gonna bless this guy with some. We're gonna bless this guy, sir. I got you. Then
but you wouldn't even get up there
slow Sarah McLachlan music
with the buggy full of groceries. Like,
maybe that's so we should do that challenge. Like, go up there with a buggy full until we ain't got. See if somebody gonna step up.
Because why would you scan $100 worth of stuff knowing you got $5
maybe
in your
somebody
pocket?
gonna step up. I don't. Just wanted to give you guys a chance to.
Like when I go to Dollar Tree and stuff, and like they just scan it away, I'd be like, let me know when you get to $5, and she's already at like $20 and over. And I'm like, let me know. All I got is $5, and she looks up. I'm just kidding. I'm
just joking. I know I like to do the whole pay it forward thing at like Starbucks and stuff like that. But
no,
I do it all the time.
No, you can't do it at Starbucks. You gotta do it somewhere like
I do it at
the dollar store or Starbucks is too expensive to be saying.
I don't go to the dollar store unless you send me to the dollar store.
I don't go to Starbucks.
It's too expensive.
What's too expensive?
Dollar store. That stuff ain't $1 no more. Stuff be like $4, $5. They lying.
For what?
Everything.
No, you get 4 items. It's $1.25.
I see. That ain't no dollar store. And you got tax on top of that.
All right, $1.25 though.
You're right. It's the lies to me. I'm not a fan of being lied to.
Well, you know who was lied to?
Who?
Nicki Minaj.
Oh, here we go.
No Grammy for Granny. Yes. That's the hashtag.
For real?
They have a hashtag that says
can't be an ungrateful.
No Grammy for Granny.
Don't be ungrateful.
And I mean, like they literally.
That's what you get.
Wow. People are, honey, I don't have a. So you know her Christmas picture or her Halloween picture where they did like, honey, I shrunk the kids. It says, honey, I don't have a Grammy. And it's in her hand and it's X'd out. And it's her yelling. And the internet is crucial.
Inspiration Clothing said Family Dollar means family of 5 George Washingtons. Ain't that a fact? Like, I want to walk in there with $2 and leave with 2 things. Back in the day, back in my day, there was a 99-cent store, and you walk in there with $2, you left with 2 things. Ooh, yeah, she deserved that though.
Oh my
she deserves it.
Oh my goodness, this no.
I hate to be a hater, but sorry, Nicki Minaj is not it no more.
Listen, the only reason why it is becoming more of a giggle and a schnickle, is because the audacity that she gave the world as if she was snagging it in a bag. Like the fact that you even had to try to throw someone else under the bus for you to be nominated. That's why they didn't nominate you.
Facts.
Like I don't have to try to belittle somebody for me to even be put in a category or be nominated. And I mean, honestly,
you're wrong.
What?
Hold on, sorry, I mean he said hot and ready's are now $6.36. The most bestest is $6.36. No, hot and ready's still $5, ain't they?
No, it's not. It's not $5.
My beating heart. Damn you, Biden. I'm just gonna blame Joe for everything. Damn you, Kamala.
Yes, hot and ready's have gone up.
Is that inflation or is that our president's?
Oh no, a hot and ready is $5.55.
See.
$5.55.
Things I know. Don't you try to. I got a Little Caesars right down the street. I'll walk over there right now. Lower these prices. Didn't the $5 footlong go up to like $6 though?
I think so. But nobody goes to Subway anymore.
I remember when a dime bag was a dime.
Wait, y'all was buying stuff for 10 cents?
Yeah. No, I'm just
That's
kidding.
correct.
The nickel was $5.
Oh.
Nickel and dimes.
You can tell.
Like, who was smoking 10-cent weed?
That's why I'm like, that y'all was buying crack.
That was a Willie Nelson phrase. I forget what was it.
Well, as you can tell, I've never bought anything
That's crack prices
of that nature because I'm like, a dime bag. You was paying 10 cents, and a nickel. You was paying 5 and 10 cents for that.
You ever had the penny candy store?
I did. I did. I've been to the penny candy store. That was the bomb. The bomb.com.
You know what? We would take over the planet if we got rich enough to open our own dollar stores and legitimately went back to being a dollar.
You legitimately wouldn't make no money.
You would legitimately make all the monies.
No, because buying that stuff, it is getting more expensive for them to buy it in bulk now. Depending
We're just gonna steal it all.
Allegedly.
I'm just kidding. Oh, allegedly. I made that post on Facebook about my car breaking down, right? Mm-hmm. Tell me why my homeboy, jokingly, of course, was like, I just need you to delete this post and I'm gonna come through and steal your car and you just make a claim, da-da-da-da. Tell me why they flagged him. Like they straight up, Facebook was like, you're
and blocked him.
Yeah, he went to Facebook jail. He got arrested.
Dang,
he went to Facebook
because he was confessing to a crime.
I was like, dog.
But they can't catch these shooters.
You're right. You can't catch a murderer, but who
clearly tweeted, "I want to end humanity."
Right.
Come on, not me. I didn't say that. FCC. I'm saying right. Someone tweeted that. Y'all can't catch them. But y'all gonna catch me.
The world is just funny to me today. It's really just so many things happening.
What's even funnier is this hashtag "No Grammy for Granny." Like I cannot get over this.
That. I need to hop on Twitter tonight.
They said, "Well, that'll do it."
Need to hop on the old Twitter. Herb's a voice in the building.
Like we talked about earlier,
Salute,
the music industry is just like sports.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter how long you've been in this game. I mean, once you've overpassed a level, you're not going to get a Grammy unless you're coming out with fire content.
There should be a point where you as an artist are happy with where you are. Like, why do you need a Grammy to solidify anything? You've got, you've broken records and you got hits, and you just be happy to still be around, still doing music instead of complaining about what, complaining about
my thing
what
is this, right?
Tom Brady's buying the house across it. We talked about it. She's just like Kanye.
She's just like Kanye.
Stalker.
My thing is this. If you've been in the industry for about 10 to 15 years, right? That's longer than any of the other female rappers that have Grammys currently. Mm-hmm. If you were the only female coming up, and if your music was as great as the world is trying to proclaim and hype you up to be, why wouldn't you have a Grammy in the first couple of years? Right. Glorilla, not to say that she won or not. I mean, yeah, Nicki's been nominated a lot. She
gonna be mad if Glorilla won she gonna be
She got nominated. Glorilla's nominated already.
Do you know who else is in that category? Besides, now that Nicki's not in it? Everybody she hated on, I'm assuming.
Let's see. Nominations for the Grammy of 23. So best rap album. This is the album.
I told you I can vote on those, right?
Yeah, we are
part of the Grammy U.
So song of the year, ABCDEFU by Gal. About Time, Lizzo. It's Too Well, Taylor Swift, As It Was, Harry Styles, Bad Habits, Steve Lacy, Break My Soul, Beyonce, Adele, Easy on Me, God Did, DJ Khaled, The Heart Part 5, Kendrick Lamar, the one that I told you to go watch.
Yeah.
And Just Like That, Bonnie Rabbit. That's hard.
Nicki Drush, she's talking about that Super Freak song. She expected to win a Grammy for that.
Yeah, I don't know how she could have.
I don't know if you heard, but just in case you guys, whoever doesn't understand or know what we're talking about, Nicki was very mad that they took her song Super Freaky Girl or whatever out of the rap category and put it in the pop category. So instead of correcting that, they just didn't nominate her at all.
At all.
Good.
Let's see. Best pop. She definitely wouldn't have fit in this bracket. That's probably why they didn't put her in this duo.
At all.
Yeah, it says so. Best pop solo performance: Easy on Me, Adele, Moscow Mule, Bad Bunny, Woman, Doja Cat, Bad Habit, Steve Lacy, About Time, Lizzo, As It Was, Harry Styles. So that's probably.
I think Adele gonna end up sweeping the floor anyway.
Yeah, between Adele and Doja Cat and Lizzo, I don't know. Lizzo
every time Adele drop, she cleans up.
Yeah,
she cleans up. She cleans up.
Okay, so best rap album.
Where Nicki thought she should be. Or no, that was rap song, right?
Yep, she thought she should be in rap song. So best rap song, Churchill Downs, Jack Harlow and Drake. God Did, John Legend, and all them, DJ Khaled. The Heart Part 5, Kendrick Lamar, Pusha P and Gunna.
Oh.
And then Wait For You, Future featuring Drake.
Negative. God Did.
She thought she was gonna be in
God Did. She thought she was gonna be in that category.
Hold on. Lotto didn't get nominated either.
Right.
So best rap performance was God Did, Vegas, Doja Cat. How's Doja Cat in the rap category?
She rap.
In that Vegas song?
She is considered a rapper. Oh. She's the same as Nicki. Like she does some singy poppy type, but she raps.
You ain't nothing but
yeah. There's more sides to the story I'm gonna tell to everybody.
Okay, yeah. Pusha P, Gunna, and them. FNF, Let's Go. And then The Heart Part 5, Kendrick Lamar got nominated in there.
Yeah.
Best R&B album, Breezy.
Facts.
Mary J. Blige. Robert Glasper, Lucky Day. Ooh, and PJ Morton. That's R&B song. Yeah, Lotto didn't get nominated at all. I mean, they have a country playlist. So, I mean, here you are throwing people under the bus for no reason. And
yeah, you know Jay getting a Grammy.
And they didn't.
He probably the one giving out the Grammys. Jay owned the Grammys. He owns the Recording Academy now.
Oh, Best New Artist. Okay. Lotto got nominated for Best New Artist. Best New Artist, Anita, Omar Apello, Dami and JD Beck, Money Long, Samara Joy, Lotto, Manskin, Tobe Niguai, Molly Tuttle.
Are you speaking English?
Wet Leg.
What? What?
Wet Leg.
No, I'm good.
I've never even heard of Wet Leg. New artist? Now I gotta even go.
I've had a Wet Leg before.
And that's what I'm saying. Some of these people,
Lotto should definitely get that. I don't even know who any of those other artists are. Name Wet Leg?
Wet Leg. It's two girls and it's a rock band. Wow.
I'm gonna keep that to myself.
You know what?
Yeah, keep that to myself.
Wet Leg are they're a British indie rock band from the Isles of Wight, founded in 2019.
Wet Leg.
Yes.
Now, if I made a shirt that said Wet Leg on it, y'all would look at me crazy.
They said that wet leg in slang means a self-pity person.
You a wet leg buster.
You a wet
Herb, use that in a freestyle.
Self-city, self-litty.
Use that in a freestyle, Herb. You a wet leg buster.
And I'm a gutcha like a fish.
Your mama's thinking your daddy farted. I'm telling you. I told Jason C. I'm gonna put that in a rhyme. Watch. Wet leg buster.
I'm gonna cut you. Your mama's thinking your daddy gut you. Okay, that probably
that don't sound.
Let's take that one back. Yeah. Let's rewind that one.
Let's not do that one.
But yeah, dang. And now I feel bad because here you go. Throwing Lotto under the bus, and she didn't even get nominated because of probably the upkeep. But then, didn't she? No, what award show was that when she was all Molly was good? She was all like yelling at Miley Cyrus. Like, what was that? Was that the MTV Awards? So. Like the music video? Let's see, Miley. What's
no lie? I know you don't probably watch this. Nobody on here probably does either. But I watched the CMAs the other day.
Oh, okay.
Hate if y'all want. I love country music sometimes because it's warms my heart and it's real musical. Like if you're a fan of music and instrumentation and the build of a song and some really crispy, deep, twangy voices, then country is the ish.
It's the jam,
Yeah, that.
My brother listens to country.
Jolene.
I mean, country can get real rowdy. Okay, I've saw some country songs where he is talking about his ex like a dog. But I mean,
there was a dude who did a song. Was I guess 2 new artists, but they did a song about her ex or something, and like the dude's verse was him walking up in the trailer and shooting dude in the face and all kinds of. I was like, yo, like they hood too. Like they hood
gangster.
I'm more scared of like deep redneck country in the woods folks than I am of anybody in the hood.
That's true.
They'll feed you to the gators quick, and nobody gonna find you.
To the gator.
Ain't never gonna find you. There's really something to it though that I'm a fan of. I just love music, man. I love people that love music. I love people that love making music. I don't care what your genre is. If you make good music and you have some feel, some soul, some bop, some swag to your music, then I'll listen to it.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I said earlier, I just feel like the world needs to get away from all the criticism and finger pointing and I hate this and I hate that and this ain't my stuff. Just give everything a chance and learn to be loving and love a little more. Stop being so
the world,
defensive
people?
And angry all the time.
What did Joker say? Why so serious?
Why so serious?
All right, let's pull the quote of the day.
You just take an old one off the table. You're like, let's pull the quote of the day. We're just gonna pick this one. Whose turn is it?
It's yours because I picked this one. When we were talking about fire, that's when tempted to fight fire with fire. Remember that fire departments usually use water.
Herb, you gotta pick one.
Put your hand in the cup and pick it up.
You need to put some more in here. We get low.
I said that.
Huh?
I said
what?
That. I said that. What that
said? Man, I tell you.
What?
It always goes with what we're talking about.
Comes back around.
You ready?
Yup.
You cannot have a positive life and a negative mind. Ooh, by Joyce Meyer.
Ooh.
I'll read that one more again. You cannot have a positive life and a negative mind. Free your mind and the rest will follow.
Boom, 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 boom.
Be colorblind is number 6, yo.
And you know, that is so true because I have so many people and I know so many people who we've talked about this before. They just think that they're going to change the situation. Yeah. But if you don't change the way you think,
you have to.
Nothing
and
else
honestly,
will matter.
Free yourself. Free my people 100. Free yourself. Exactly my point. Exactly my point. Listen, people, let me give you a tiny bit of free game. I know it's not Friday, but check me out. Everything in your life, right? No matter how bad it is, no matter how good it is a matter of your mind and how you react to these things that will dictate your life and how you feel about it. There are people on this planet who are in far worse situations than you are that are way happier than you are.
Yeah.
And it is a matter of mental toughness, mental fortitude, and just how you think about things. There's actually a practice in therapy called EMDR. And the whole thing behind this method is to renegotiate how you feel about certain things from your past. Although that may seem ridiculous, it works because all it is renegotiating that emotion, renegotiating that feeling from that memory getting brought back up. You know, you get teary-eyed or whatnot. If you renegotiate the thoughts behind that situation in life, then it can't haunt you anymore. And just like going forward in your life, if you get rid of the fear of doing certain things, or you get rid of the stigma of doing certain things, or you stop beating yourself up over X, Y, and Z things, then your path forward becomes easier. Your path forward becomes more enjoyable. Your life as a whole becomes more enjoyable. And the point to life is to enjoy it, in my mind. It's not to struggle through it. It's not to fight every day. It's not to claw every day, even though it feels like we have to. You have a choice to be happy. You have a choice to live the best life that you possibly can, regardless of all the outside factors. So start from within, wake up in the morning, smile that you woke up, be grateful that you woke up, give thanks to whoever you give thanks to, and just try to keep your day as positive as you can in here. Everything's going to happen outside of you that's outside of your control, but control what you can and lead with love, lead with happiness, and lead with it, trying to be the happiest person you can be from inside, and then the rest will follow.
And I'm gonna darken it up. So
everything he
that's
said,
why
the world's terrible.
Kanye said
here we go. She got to throw Kanye in there somewhere all the time.
To me, allegedly, this is why I think he said slavery was a choice, because just because you let someone free in their mind, if their mindsets have not changed and they do not think highly of themselves or think better of themselves, they are still thinking of themselves as nothing but a slave. Yeah. So
everybody's been a slave to something at some point.
Yes, in life,
you broke free of my chains.
You have to have a positive mindset. I see so many people being hypocrites, are pretending that they're great parents, great grandparents, great in-laws, and all these things just because that's the facade that they want to give off. But inside, they are just rotten, just evil, just mean. You know what I'm saying? And your life is never going to go anywhere, no matter how much you try to change the outside, because the inside is rotten. Okay. If the roots are bad, ain't nothing growing on that tree.
Oh, it just made me think of an analogy, but it's real life to me right now. You can have the most beautiful car in the world on the outside, but if the engine ain't no good, the car won't run.
Then there it is.
Oh, my baby.
There it is.
If anybody has a 2011 Hyundai Sonata engine that they're not using or want to give me
eBay
for free.
Look on eBay.
Who to give me for? The last time I ain't buying nothing off of eBay. What you mean? Yeah, I got this engine off of eBay for $100, yo. I came up. Negative.
There is nothing wrong with buying stuff off of eBay.
Not buying an engine off eBay.
It's better than Craigslist.
I wouldn't buy an engine off Craigslist either. I wouldn't buy shoes off eBay and Craigslist, but that's what they spot. No.
Oh my goodness.
No.
It can work.
No.
I'm about to look it up for you right now.
It's gonna come to my house. It's gonna be a toy model engine.
Wait a minute. You said a Hyundai Sonata? I might have a friend who got that car.
So we could take the engine?
Yeah.
Sweet. Like, oh my God, you see him on the news. Somebody stole my whole engine.
It's one on eBay for $1,800.
I'm not doing it. What's missing? What? People,
nothing.
Quick disclaimer, do not buy engines off eBay. I don't care what she tells you. Do not buy
this one right here. This is
it look brand new.
This is a 2.0 engine.
It look brand new.
This is from Buy Parts Auto for $900.
Yeah. No, I'm not doing it.
Oh man.
Nope.
I'm telling you, this site right here says it is legit.
It says right here on the site. It says not a fake site, will not scam you. See, it's saying right here.
It says money back guarantee.
Oh, for real? Yeah, there was a recliner I bought that said that too for $100, and that never showed up.
This is a 2.4 Ben 4 8th digital hybrid gasoline.
eBay don't include labor costs.
No, this not eBay.
No, Johnny said this
eBay Car Part Planet.
Car Part Planet. I don't believe that.
Engine, transmissions, and more.
But they don't. This is gonna be a Hyundai lawnmower engine.
Look, they even have reviews. It's verified.
Oh yeah.
Somebody gave him 2 thumbs up.
Out of what, 100?
Lewis was very pleasant to work with.
Lewis, I'm not buying no engine off of nowhere from no dude named Lewis. No, it's supposed to be a whole website, and you talk about Lewis. That's how you know it's fake. No,
Lewis was the customer service rep. Oh my God,
I'm not doing it. Nope. No, sir.
Everybody apparently knows Lewis.
I'm right.
Lewis is the man.
Who is Lewis?
Lewis.
No.
Said my car broke down and I was sort of screwed, but Chris was awesome and very patient when working with me. I really appreciate it big time. Oh, I guess it's 2 employees now.
He ain't
Chris
say nothing
Lewis.
about the quality of if the stuff was what it was supposed to be. He just said Chris was cool.
I helped them out.
That's customer service now. That ain't got nothing to do with.
Look, don't this look like the engine?
Was the engine engineing?
Look, don't look
nothing like my engine. I kind of do, but mine ain't orange though. I guarantee that's not the right engine. It looked like a boat motor.
It says stock image, not the actual part.
Right. Okay. So why you ain't got the actual part on there? That's how you know.
Put the picture of the actual part.
If you got it,
a whole bunch of them.
Nope. Listen.
You get a 60-month warranty.
No, you don't. None of that's true. You put your card number in there, and then the site explodes. That's what happens.
Let's call and speak with the specialist now.
Call him on air. Boo, hey, yeah. So I gotta, yeah. All you gotta do.
We need to start doing. We need to start taking spammer calls so that they can learn to stop calling people.
Facts.
Because the more you put them on blast, the more that they will know. Like, oh man, I will call the authorities on you and get you arrested.
The favorite one I've ever seen was this lady, and she's like, she goes through the whole call, and she's like, all right, yeah. They're like, all right, what's your card number? And she's like, yeah, the card number is 3, 2, 1, and we're live with the.
I did see
that. A segment where we have the FBI here on the phone. They're tracing the call currently. Super quick.
Yeah.
Very quick.
So I feel like people need to start doing that more often. I hate the ones where they're like, "Oh, you've won this whole grant, but you have to pay us $500 in tax for you to retrieve it."
I keep getting
Why you
emails,
can't just take the tax off the top?
I keep getting emails from at first it was coming from Dick's Sporting Goods, and then it started coming from some other stores about a Yeti cooler. And like all you have to do is sign up for the rewards and then this, that, and the other thing. And then it started coming from random emails, like not even store emails anymore. And I'm like, well, thankfully I just bought a cooler because I was about to sign up because that Yeti cooler looks nice. And I would have got because I needed me a cooler. But I had just bought one, so I got lucky.
Look, it says, wait, don't leave. New inventory is added daily. Call for pricing.
Listen,
as I was trying to click off, it said, wait.
Look, it's exactly. We have a 2011 Hyundai Sonata one waiting for you.
No,
thank you. Detroit Bird. I really one of my favorites. Thank you for showing up. Appreciate you.
I don't know.
I'm not doing it. Listen, I'm not buying car parts on eBay, people. It's not a thing. It's not happening. Now, what I may do is go to a junkyard, though, because there's some cards.
Oh, you'll go to a junkyard, but you won't test Lewis?
I don't know Lewis or Chris, but I know Debo at the scrapyard. There's a lot of cars that get totaled.
Yeah,
honestly, I would love to see you do some photography at a scrapyard.
Who?
Detroit Bird. If you went to like a vehicle scrapyard, that'd be sweet.
That'd be dope. Maybe we could.
She has an incredible eye. I would love to see you do some stuff at a scrapyard.
Maybe we should do
we should do a Detroit Bird 93-97 network collab at the scrapyard.
Call it scrapping.
That'd be dope.
Scrapping and scratching.
But sometimes they have cars that get totaled because the body gets totaled, but the engines are fine.
I know what you're talking about.
And then they put them on eBay, and then they sell them.
That's what they do. I'm being for real.
Lewis got it from the scrapyard. Just get it from Lewis.
Yeah, they do.
No.
It's a lot of places out there.
No.
I'm trying to tell you. Online parts.
What up, Diego?
Online parts is the best. But listen, y'all, we're gonna get up out of here. We're gonna just chill out to some music for the rest of the day.
Love y'all so much.
It's holiday season.
It's been wild.
Gobble Gobble is next week.
Not that kind, you freaks.
You're right. Thanksgiving.
Diego, I don't think you know what's happening here, man. This ain't just like a regular meal live, but it's we on the radio, sir.
Are we on the air?
We on the air. You talking about add me.
Put your hands on the air.
Man, oh man.
All right, y'all.
What a day.
What a day. I'm gonna go out to some gorilla.
Oh, before we get out of here, in case you guys didn't know, Glorilla's real name is Gloria Hallelujah Woods.
That by far, that name has taken the cake for
Gloria Hallelujah. Gloria Hallelujah.
I don't even. You can tell that is a Memphis name. Okay, that's only a Southern name that a Southern mother would give her Southern daughter.
Gloria. I just want to know if her mom thought the song said Gloria Hallelujah.
I don't even know what song that is.
Glory, glory, hallelujah. You never heard that song?
Nope.
I think she thought it was Gloria Hallelujah.
She probably did.
Probably.
People get named after songs all day.
It's a good thing I can't have no more kids because I would name my next daughter Gloria Hallelujah.
No, you wouldn't.
Woods.
I wouldn't even allow you to do that. I would not allow you to do that.
If I get a fish, I'm naming it Gloria Hallelujah Woods.
Gorilla. That's why she had to change that name.
Right.
Yeah, you better change that, girl.
That's the only song I'll ever play to that fish. You ain't Free. Swimming around with me.
Here go my fishy.
In the tank beat.
All right, y'all. Well, listen.
Yes, I would, babe.
Be sure to tune in tomorrow for Think About It Thursday, as well as Fashion Friday. We got some new things coming up for Fashion Friday. We have some new segments starting in December where we're getting you guys fit and fabulous, okay, on these Fridays. It's Friday.
No, please.
Nope. That's gonna be our Friday soundbite. It's Friday.
From now on, Fridays you'll be seeing Princess by herself. I will not be tuned in to Rebecca Black Fridays.
Rebecca Black. What happened to her?
I don't know. She turned white.
Partying, yeah.
I think wasn't that the only song / album she had out, and everybody ran her off the internet.
Yep, she released that in 2011.
Everybody ran her off the internet. I hope she's all right. Her and Amanda Bynes probably smoking crack together.
She earned maybe around 200,000 total up to now, maybe 400,000.
Monies or plays?
Monies.
Oh,
yeah. Let's see.
That song got played so much though. How could she not have made more than that?
Probably because she got a bad deal. That was the only song.
Oh.
So like she had a whole Black Friday album.
I thought she did.
No, it was only that. Bro, it says she gained. I thought I was about to say she gained
weight.
Her wings.
Oh, dang! Yeah. Whoa.
Oh man, my bad.
Yeah, we should
I
have
was trying to look up and see where she is.
We should have just got off air. Sometimes you gotta know where to fold them.
Oh, Rebecca Black then grew up.
Is she in porn now?
She grew up. Rebecca Black. She got a new song called Crumbs out.
Crumbs?
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna follow Rebecca Black. We gonna get her on the show.
Uh-oh. Hope she don't watch this episode.
All right, y'all.
We love you, girl.
Oh,
we just kidding.
All right, y'all. Until the weekend, like we always tell you guys.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
It's been true.
It's been so freaking real. All right, y'all. Ladies, stay pretty.
King, stay king.
Deuces.
Bye, Alicia.
The Gud Tymez Show. They say they don't fool me, but I say they can't fool me. Just like the girl, I'm everywhere. How you say it so hot?
You would think I went to school for chiropractic. Looking good as hell today, just sent my 5 test. Why'd you come from me about a man? You they come at me about too. I don't even find attractive. I don't know that I just seen them on the town before. I can't be up in her face. I took her down before. When I lose a I just pop out and go find some more. As soon as I feel like my time get wasted, then it's time to go. They say they don't f with me, but I say they can't f with me. Just like the air, I'm everywhere. How you say it so me? Them should've stayed down. They could've been up to me. All they doing is talking down. Cause they can't get up with me. My ex know my old friend. Both they some clowns. Thinking that she got one up on me. She got my hand me down. He thought he wasn't gonna have to stand on like he was handicapped. Made that stand on it. Now this can't stand me now. Has I'm lit up. I don't smoke no sweet shots. Slime with my gang and them. Look at them like sisters. Gone. Be lame, they go outside about these niggas. I don't wanna hang with them. They don't have no business. They be going for anything, but I can't go for none of that. Why would I go chase you if I know you gon' come running back? Cut everybody off, they been feeling like the lumberjack. They really get me fucked up, and now I'm going for none of that.